Tomorrow at noon. Now here comes the Blitz on KTFM Floresville.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, today, San Antonio City Council members were presented with renderings of a new downtown sports and entertainment district called Project Marvel. Among other things, the plans include a new Spurs arena and renovations to the Alamo Dome. Estimated price tag for the entire project between $3 and $4 billion. And the Spurs are back at it tonight, taking on the Jazz. No Wemby, no Devin Vassell. Both of those guys are out.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We are at the Hangar Bar on Petranco. Basically the corner of Petranco and Hunt. There's a spot, and then there's this spot. Come hang out with us today and our friends from Flight by Yingling. It's going to be a great Thursday. For some, it's their Friday.
Yeah, for some it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Monday. What difference does it make when you got Flight by Yingling, you got football on TV, and you got the Blitz? I mean, what else could you want?
Absolutely. And again, look, it's a Friday, Flight by Yingling. We've got between now and 6 o'clock, lots of great prizes to give away from our friends from Flight by Yingling. Also, you can register to win tickets to go to a Monday night game up in Arlington, Dallas, and Cincinnati. And more importantly, passes to that Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party.
A lot of fun, yes.
Ultimate's not really the right word. What's better than ultimate? That's what you get at that Bill Bates Tailgate Party.
Well, I tell you what, it's just going to be a good day down here. Good way to start your weekend. It's a beautiful day. Here at the Hangar Bar, they have both an inside and outside area.
Yeah.
So you want to sit outside and enjoy a little sunshine, you can do that.
Most people call that a patio area.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
You don't have to sit outside. You don't have to sit outside in the parking lot.
There's wind.
I mean, it's called a patio.
There's no windows.
Well,
it's outside.
It's a patio. It's a patio.
It's outside.
It's a patio.
It's an outside patio then. How about that?
Well, is there an inside patio?
Sure. Why not?
Well, those are called courtyards.
Holy cow. What are you, my English teacher
well,
today?
No, but I mean, does it sound inviting? Hey, come sit outside and have a beer with us at the Hangar Bar. No, come hang out on the patio. Sounds like a great thing to do on a day like today with the weather the way it is. You know, kind of half-zip season, maybe vest season. 2 people just walked in. They've got their vests going. They probably couldn't wait to break those out of the closets. Oh, cool. I get to wear my vest today.
Dude, I don't know what's going on here today, but the folks from Flight by Yingling has showed up, and Renee, man, he's looking sharp. Did you get a raise or what?
Well, no.
A promotion?
I'm curious because, like, everybody that is somebody today was involved in Project Marvel. And Renee looks like he was at some big meeting or court. So let's go with some big meeting. And you look at what we learned today about Project Marvel, and you talk about the appropriate name. What we saw today, the renderings that were presented to City Council, although details still a little scarce from what we can find.
A little? A lot.
Wow.
They're a lot scarce.
I mean, look, we know $3 to $4 billion, and I don't know. I mean, $3 to $4 billion is so different than $3 to $4, right? I mean, but with what they showed today, I went that, and I have no idea. But I went only $4 billion. Do it.
No, that's it, right? Somebody else's money.
Well, sure. Well,
although some of it may be yours.
I think partially I'm going to help pay for that, as we all will. But when you see those drawings and how cool it looks. All right, $4 billion. Because you look at some of these stadiums and you go, okay, the new Clippers arena was what, $2 billion? And so for another $2 billion, we get the rest of what they've showed us. Think about Jerry World, but for $4 billion, we get everything that they showed us in those pictures today. I'm down. I was excited about the idea before, but seeing the drawings today, that excitement level for me has gone way up.
It's fantastic. If you look at the drawings, you go just about anywhere, any of the TV stations you want to, will have those drawings, or just about anywhere you want to go. No, it's beautiful. There's no question about it. It's lacking details for me, and I'd like to know. I mean,
what detail do you want to lack? There's going to be plenty of bathrooms.
Well, that I'm sure there is, and maybe I can be one of the testers. You know how they all go in and flush the toilets at the same time.
Yeah.
But nothing about when anything's going to start. I don't know what was presented today, and I'm anxious to talk to somebody that may have a little more information on that. But, what were any numbers presented? How about funding for this thing? How are we going to get that? There's speculation and rumors out there. Today it looked like to me, and I could be way off base, but it looked like to me City Council was presented with a lot of beautiful pictures and nothing else.
Well, I mean, you got to get excited first, right?
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Well, I guess I don't know how all this stuff works. Now, I know we tried to get the mayor on today, and I don't want to say mad at the mayor, but you present something like this, I think you make yourself available for all the media with the questions that we have, except for all the questions that we have, do they actually have answers that they want public? Not available today. Goes straight from the council meeting to a zoning meeting that started at 2 and then locked in the meetings after that. All right.
Well,
you can't take 10 minutes to go on the Blitz to fill people in. So I see that and I realize, all right, the mayor's busy. He's got a lot of meetings. But on a day like today, you would think with the amount of interest that you just created for yourself, you make yourself available to answer as many questions as you can.
Well, see, here's the thing. Mayor Nuremberg's not running for re-election.
No, there's
if
that.
He was, he would have been on here in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be on here.
Isn't that amazing how available people are during election season?
Of course. Now, if he was running for re-election, I guarantee you that answer would have been a resounding yes. So, but he's not. So there you go. So we'll get answers as they come. There's just not a lot of answers. I'm excited about it. I just don't know. I win. I'm ready. Let's go. When are we going to get this thing going?
Yeah, let's all go move some dirt. I mean, because the lease on the Frostbank Center ends in 2032. So basically, the Wemby Center needs to be completed, in the next 6 years. But all of this, you look at the Alamo Dome and the refurbish that now. There is a photo, and it's got a hole in the roof. I got to believe that's going to be covered. When you think about the idea of the Final Four, and I did read that the NCAA had some input into this on, keeping San Antonio as a Final Four city. You're not going to have a permanent hole in the roof. I don't know that we need to spend the extra dollars for a retractable roof, because is there enough days in San Antonio where that building would be in use where you go, hey, let's open up the roof today? Or do you run into the same problem that they ran into on Monday night up there at Jerry World when part of things started falling from the roof and they closed it up? Now, I do like the idea. I'm kind of hoping that hole in the roof is kind of what we have seen them talk about with that new baseball stadium in Las Vegas, where it's clear. You're inside, but it's clear so you can see outside. I would be down with something like that, but we don't need a retractable roof stadium. I'll save you a couple dollars there.
No, and I agree with that. We'd have to worry about the sunlight. Should we put curtains up if that's the case? If there's a hole in the roof, I mean, because CD Lamb might come play here and say, the sun's in my eyes.
CD is not going to play for Jeff Traylor anytime soon.
I'm just saying.
But you're right. I mean, and you think about like SoFi. There's some things about that stadium that you can kind of see in these, especially with that outdoor area. Same with the new Clippers home. You go to Phoenix and you look at their entertainment district, which I've been to a number of times. That is that sports entertainment district over near State Farm. I'm all in, and we need to do this because. We need to do this. I travel around enough. I see what other cities have, and I see what we don't have and things that we don't get. This would change that. Now, already you can see on our YouTube channel, and you guys can all go tune in to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Everybody has an opinion, and I get that. But then you've got Vince Trevino. We don't need any new stadiums. Well, Vince, you know what we do? And you look at the Frostbank Center, and where it is, it's now an old building, and you're going to have to replace that. It's an arms race. The Alamo Dome needs to be updated to keep events like the Final Four coming. The one that's coming this March or April is the last one that we've been pegged for, from what I could tell, for the next cycle. So do we want to keep being a big city, or do you get people like Vince just say, we don't need this and think small-minded? Now, Vince, I don't know what your alternative is, but when I hear people say we don't need it, what's the alternative? You want no sports? Do you want to become El Paso or Albuquerque? Because that's what happens if we don't do something like this.
Well, and look, Vince is not the only one.
Sure.
There's going to be a lot of pushback to this.
Absolutely.
So, it's not going to be something that's just going to sail through. Look, I'm old enough to remember the Alamo Dome. There was a lot of traction against that and against how it was going to be funded. That's why I wish, and when they're going to do it, it's got to be done at some point. I'd like to see the mechanism. How is this thing going to be paid for? What are the tax implications going to be? And let's start talking about that and talking about the benefits of whatever that may be. I want to know exactly those details, and that's why I was a little bit disappointed today, because it seems like to me, while we're all excited about pictures, now we got to talk about the reality of it, and it's great. And we can say, we need it, but it's got to be paid for. How's that going to happen?
And how much is Spurs Sports and Entertainment going to put into this? I did see that the Holtz were at the meeting today. That makes it big.
Sure.
Dr. Amy from UTSA was there. Obviously, an impact there is UTSA pony up some money. How much is the tax going to be? And do you just approve it, or does this go to voters? And if it's going to voters, and I assume it would, how quickly is this on the ballot? Because once you get to the ballot, then you have an idea of when you can actually start moving dirt and bidding out the building process.
Now, obviously, all of this is not going to be done at once, right? It's going to be done in pieces, the way I understand from some of the reports today. Some things will start and others will follow. And it could take, for the completion of the entire project, I've read a report today, up to 15 years. So obviously that's not the Spurs arena or the renovations to the Alamo Dome. I'm sure that'll be a priority, but that's why I want to get it on here. Now, KSAT reported that they're estimating that if everything's approved in a timely fashion, that construction could begin in the spring of 2026.
Which isn't that far away when you think about it, for a project like this that would completely change the look of San Antonio. And the comparisons that Don Harris and Chuck McCatenik made yesterday on the article that they co-wrote, or at least had the shared byline on the News 4 website, talked about it being the biggest downtown project since Hemisphere, and that's kind of what it was. And I can't imagine, I wasn't around in 1968, not even a twinkle in my dad's eye, but somebody had that idea. There was probably pushback, and that's been the look for San Antonio since then. This completely changes everything. And I look at Arlington, what Jerry started when he built the stadium out there, and you had the ballpark at Arlington, but Texas Live, the new stadium, everything that has gone up in that area, the hotels, and that's because the mayor in Arlington was a little bit more forward thinking and willing to work with those sports teams than the city of Dallas. And city of Dallas loses out on all that revenue, that tax revenue that comes every time there's a game.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm happy to see that the NCAA was involved in this, because they've been telling San Antonio for a long time that there's got to be some improvements made. The improvements that have already been made to the Alamo Dome were because the folks at the NCAA said it has to be, or there's no more Final Fours. So I'm glad to see that they were involved, that whatever they need, whatever they hope to have will be done, because they're giving a little guidance to what needs to happen. So look, it's an exciting day, and don't get me wrong. And if it sounds otherwise, it's not. The pictures are beautiful. I just want more details, and we didn't get any of that today.
Don Harris from News 4 has been working on this story. He's going to join us at 2:35 to let us know what he has learned from this. And Then, of course, you got the baseball project on the other side of downtown that is underway as well, as downtown in San Antonio is going through a major makeover. We'll talk more about that coming up here as we're live out at the Hangar Bar with our friends from Flight by Yingling. We're at the Hangar Bar location on Petranco Road until 6 o'clock. Come hang out with us here on the Blitz. Now, you think about a week from today is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Got your turkey taken care of yet? Nope. Get into Tri-County Meat Market because all those turkeys that we've been telling you about, they will be available starting on Saturday. They do have a limited amount or limited supply of turkeys. Now, the 8 to 12s, the 16 to 20s, but if you haven't taken care of getting the best bird yet, you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market and get yourself a turkey because Thanksgiving is literally 1 week from today. Now, you think about any other thing you might want to throw on your grill this weekend, want to do some great steaks, maybe a tomahawk, a porterhouse, a nice ribeye. They've got all those steaks for you there at Tri-County Meat Market. Chicken, pork, their fajitas, ribs. Their seasoned fajitas are incredible. Tri-tips, picanha. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect, and you can always take advantage of their Pick 5 special, and they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 great locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, online at tricountymeat.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line.
We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Cue finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
This Thanksgiving at Total Wine and More, find bourbons and Cabernets that you adore.
With curbside pickup and delivery available and the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Beat the Black Friday rush during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, get an extra 10% off when you buy a major appliance from Whirlpool, like the new Smart Range with air cooking and a wipe clean coating. Shop these deals in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Methodist Care Now Urgent Care has over 19 locations throughout San Antonio, open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. With our friends from Fly by Yingling, we're at the Hangar Bar on Petranco. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We got Thursday night football tonight. Kind of an interesting matchup for Thursday night football.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a rivalry game, that's for sure. Cleveland's not been playing very well. Pittsburgh's about as hot as any team in the NFL. So it looks easy, but I'm telling you, a game like this in the dog pound in Cleveland, I'm not so sure it will be.
Yeah, the Browns in prime time. Doesn't happen often, but here it is, which means make sure you get your picks in the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge at sasportstar.com. Weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. At the end of the year, the local grand prize winner, $1,000 worth of tickets from our friends at A Awesome Tickets. So much in the world of the Dallas Cowboys. For a 3-win team, they're never boring. And I look at one of the big stories this week really was a pot being stirred by one Michael Irvin is about Deion Sanders. Although today there might be a pretty damn big clue that Deion is not going to Dallas or, quite frankly, anywhere else in the NFL.
Yeah, the Colorado Buffalo's got a hell of a signing today. A switch. Kid from Georgia, quarterback prospect, 5-star guy. His name is Julian Lewis. Committed to Colorado today. He was at USC. Got rid of that. Now he committed to Colorado and Coach Prime. So I'm pretty sure he didn't do that if he thought Deion was going elsewhere.
Well, and that's it. Now, you look at this Juju Lewis kid, and he reclassified. He should be a junior in high school. When he gets on campus at Colorado, that kid is going to be 17 years old. He'll turn 18 during his freshman year. Now, with everything that I do with the Navy All-American Bowl, and I'm on these group texts with some of these people from 24/7 Sports, including Tom Loy. Tom Loy's got an article on 247 Sports that was talking about his commitment. Now, he was committed to Lincoln Riley for well over a year, and he decommitted on Sunday. By Thursday, Juju is now committed to Colorado. And I promise you, this kid could have gone just about anywhere in the country. Indiana was high on him with a whole lot of money. A lot of other places were high with a whole lot of money. In fact, according to this Tom Loy article, there might have been more lucrative offers to go other places. So in other words, he turned down less money. Obviously he's getting paid to go to Colorado, but there's got to be, in my mind, some assurances from Deion Sanders that he is going to be the coach at Colorado.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there are. As we speak right now, it's a long time between committing and actually signing and staying there. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I think this is a big clue that Deion's not going anywhere. Deion said that earlier this week. He had his kickstand down, right? He's resting. He's happy where he's at. He's having success. And look, that dude right now, Deion Sanders, is the king of Colorado, especially Boulder, Colorado.
Well, in college recruiting, he's obviously able to go out and recruit. In fact, Jerry Jones was talking about that this morning on 105.3 The Fan. The best thing about Deion as a coach really only applies to what he could do at the college level.
I think we're way ahead of ourselves relative to when and if he decides to go into coaching in the NFL. And one of his greatest skills that he really brings to college is that he is almost has no peer as far as being a recruiter. And kids want to come play for him, and he has a way of selling that. And that is one skill, that recruiting skill, that is not a huge prerequisite for NFL coaches. And so one of his greatest values is in that area of putting the team together and in the sense of getting great talent to come and play for him there at Colorado. So all of that would go into your mind, but make no mistake about it, he's one of the top people, young and old, that I've been around in the NFL.
Look, there's no doubt, and I think eventually maybe Deion will choose the NFL. But keep in mind, too, the guy is still relatively new to the head coaching experience. Not that matters in the whole scheme of thing. I'm sure he'd go to the NFL and do just fine. But if he's happy in Colorado and he's doing well, he's successful there, and you're getting kids like this quarterback coming in there, then, hey, why not stick around there for a little while? I think Deion's going to have everything and a lot to say about where his kid goes and plays pro football. But for Deion, he doesn't have to follow him. He does not have to be his head coach.
And I wonder at what point does, how do you say this? Deion say, all right, kid, go make your own way. All of us that have kids that, have moved out of the house and you help them for a while and eventually and I can't wait for the day that my kid is completely off the payroll. But, at what point does Deion say, all right, man, it's your turn? Or Shedeur say, Dad, let me do this on my own. You almost wonder in the NFL when you're dealing with a bunch of grown men and their livelihoods on the line, would the father-son quarterback-coach relationship become an issue to a degree inside of a locker room?
Well, it does, but everybody assumes that Deion and Shedeur are a package deal, and I just don't believe that they are. I really don't believe that they are. Deion coming to the Dallas Cowboys is a pipe dream in itself. I just don't think it's going to happen. A lot of people pushing it, Michael Irvin included, and obviously he knows a hell of a lot more about football than I ever will. But I just don't think it's going to happen because I don't think Deion is ready for that yet. I think he enjoys coaching young men, and I'm talking about college age men, and where he's still got some, not control's the wrong word, but he's still got some influence.
Well, and again, I think influence is the right way. And I go back to, when he first went into college coaching at an HBCU, it was more to make a difference in young men's lives. And he's still doing that at Colorado. Once you get to the NFL, all those guys have money. Maybe not a lot. They might have to get real jobs, and most of them do after their playing days are over. But the desire to be that guy would be that part of the job leaves when you go to the NFL if you're Deion Sanders. So you start thinking about, well, who will replace Mike McCarthy? Now, former player out. All right, Deion, maybe. Jason Witten's name is out there. I like a Mike Vrabel. And, a lot of people want a Ben Johnson. I just go with what Jerry typically does. Jerry likes a coach that has had a head coaching experience. He likes those skins on the wall. Offensively, he wants somebody creative. And in today's world, you want a defensive coach like Vrabel or an offensive guy? Listen to what he says about Cliff Kingsbury as they get ready to play Washington this week. And tell me if we need to put Cliff on the Cowboys watch list.
Cliff is he's one of those guys that if you don't play him regularly, he's a tough draw because he's going to come out of there with some stuff that you might not. It's a little unconventional. Now, by the way, at the end of the day, he'll say, well, I'll show you unconventional, and if you're susceptible to it, he'll run that ball right down your throat and continue just to run it down your throat. I think a lot of him, he's a friend. I think he's done an outstanding job every place he's been. And I really think a lot of him, and I think that he was ideal in working with the young quarterback. And I say that because of all the great quarterbacks that he's coached. Go back, Mahomes, you name them. That was a very, very good move for Dan to get Cliff for his coordinator, offense.
Yeah, especially when they knew they were going to draft Jaden Daniels, and Cliff Kingsbury's done a good job with him. My only question is, I don't know, is Cliff one of those guys that's a better coordinator than a head coach? That remains to be seen. He's had one opportunity in the NFL, and that didn't pan out so well, although he did take the Cardinals to the playoffs.
He did, and he got that job clearly and only to work with Kyler Murray. I listened to what he said. Well, one, he said they're friends. And all right, interesting. Two, what he does with quarterbacks. And they've been young quarterbacks. Do you think Jerry is sitting there going, all right, what could you do with Dak Prescott? I mean, do you bring Cliff in for an interview? What would you do with Dak Prescott? We'll see. I mean, in looking this year alone, Dan Quinn lost the job in Atlanta. Was great with Seattle as the DC. Great for at least the beginning of his time in Dallas as the DC. Right now, he's looking like pretty good head coach, but he used to wear that moniker, better coordinator than head coach. This year, you can't say that.
No, he's been great at Washington thus far. It remains to be seen. It would shock me that Cliff Kingsbury would be brought in. And you can say all you want about Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott's he'll be a 10-year veteran at that point in time. And I just don't know if Cliff would be as successful with a guy like that as he would be the way he has been with younger players. But it remains to be seen. And with Jerry, you never know. But that would be a huge surprise if Cliff Kingsbury was the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hearing how he talked about it, boy, you've got to wonder. I mean, because at least with a guy like Dak, you don't have to teach the basics of the NFL. How much more creative in that offense can you be? It's almost like, stuff he used to say about Kellen Moore. So, I don't know. We will see.
Dak can't move. That's the problem. He needs a guy that can move around a little.
Who? Cliff?
Cliff.
No, I mean, Patrick isn't known to be a runner.
Are you kidding me? Patrick moves pretty well.
No, he can run, but, Kyler was a runner, and that was a big part of the offense.
So is Jaden Daniels.
But you look at just finding open spots and using receivers and short passing game. I don't know. I mean, I throw his name in the mix now. Jerry likes him. He's a friend.
That's great. I'm not throwing anybody in the mix just yet. I don't see that happening. But stranger things have happened.
Don Harris from News 4 will join us coming up here on the Blitz. We'll get some more insight on Project Marvel that was revealed to San Antonio City Council earlier today as we continue live here with Fly by Yingling at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road.
And I tell you what, it is a big weekend for the NFL and for college football, right? I mean, it is. And so a great place to go and take care of that is out at the Golf Club of Texas. Look at the weather right now. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend. The temperatures are going to be great. All of that stuff. The Golf Club of Texas is where you need to hit this weekend. The golf course is in phenomenal shape. They have completed all the golf cart paths. They all have been completed. They're all brand new. They've resodded all over the place, and they're still continuing to improve that golf course. If you haven't been out there in a while, you haven't been out there. Make plans to head out to the Golf Club of Texas. The best way to make a tee time is go to golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. Make your tee times out there, but be smart about it, right? Get out there early on Saturday or Sunday morning, and then stick around and watch some football, because the food is fantastic at the 10 Cup restaurant. The drinks are flowing. There's TVs all over the place. Whether you want to sit inside or outside, the Golf Club of Texas is the perfect place to go out and have a fun weekend playing a little golf and then having some fun with your buddies watching some football. Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The Morning Huddle.
He's doing a duet with Carrie Underwood that's on the radio. And I'm like, how times have changed.
Well, I got Snoop Dogg selling me phones.
Right? It's crazy. Remember when Snoop was on trial for murder? And now he's like,
now he's selling me phones with Pat Mahomes.
You want to buy this fire pit? It's like, what?
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
Oh. So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months and $400 when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at tsaog.com.
Introducing TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Do you think when people commit suicide, they go to hell?
No.
Why?
Absolutely
The Bible
not.
says that, doesn't it?
Nope, it does not say that anywhere.
Deep question there, John.
It doesn't say that.
Bob, what do you think?
No, the Bible does actually not say that. They don't go to hell. They go to Toledo.
Which is worse. A lot worse.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
If you're tired of drinking the same old beer, good news for you, friends. Karbach Brewing has you covered. They've got something for everybody in their lineup. No matter what you like, they can improve on what you've been drinking. Whether it's a Hopadillo, a Love Street, or a Crawford Bock, they've got something for everybody. And Karbach has one of the leading IPAs in San Antonio, Hopadillo IPA, an iconic Texas IPA packed with the bitterness of hops from around the world that the hop monster craves. And one of Karbach's leading brands, the top seller in San Antonio, in fact, is the Love Street Blonde. It's a state of mind, a San Antonio state of mind. It's a Kolsch-style blonde, hopped delicately with floral German hops. This beer has the clean malt profile that you're looking for. And if you're used to drinking cerveza, they've got that as well. The Karbach Cerveza Especial is right for you. Like I said, something for everybody. And when you're in Houston, make sure you go check out the brewery, check out all the beers they have on tap. But while you're here in San Antonio, you want to try something new, why don't you try out a Karbach?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road with our friends from Flight by Yingling. Come by, see us, your chance to win tickets to go to that Dallas-Cincinnati game in Arlington on Monday night, December 9th, plus passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party.
A lot of fun, right?
Absolutely.
I would love to go see the Cincinnati Bengals play.
Joe Burrow live?
Now, the Cowboys,
You're not eligible to win.
No, I'm not, am I? I can still go.
You could still go.
I could.
You could still go. So could Don Harris. I'm going to guess he won't either. Don Harris has had a busy couple of days. Don Harris from News 4 joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Don, we were talking about the article you and Chuck shared the byline on yesterday about what we were going to see this morning. We saw the official drawings this morning. What we really haven't been able to figure out is a timeline and a cost and how it's going to get paid for. Do you have any insight on that?
Well, first of all, I was hoping to hear some Trombone Shorty rejoin music and was a little disappointed that.
Well, that's top of the hour. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not good enough for the top of the hour. I'm saving for the top of the hour. I think to answer your question, I think it's the timeline is in phases, and what we're going to see is the priority being the Convention Center and Convention Center Hotel, and a Spurs arena that is completed by 2032. So there's no way the Spurs are going to play in the Frost Bank Center after that lease ends, whether that's in San Antonio or elsewhere. And I say that saying that it's not a threat or anything. They're going to get this done. I think the Alamo Dome is a longer term. That's the one that's out there because we're going to host the Women's Final Four in 2029. And I think they wouldn't start construction on that till after that. So I think that's the 10-year to 15-year mark. So I think all of this stuff is in phases. And as for how it gets paid, there are 20 or so vehicles, private, public, taxes, that are different avenues that they quite honestly don't know yet how each one of these will be paid until they do the feasibility studies on each. I'm told that their Spurs are expected to make a significant contribution, whether that's almost 35 to 50% of their part of the $1.6 billion arena, which means $500 million or so. So I think there'll be private equity. I think the positive thing for San Antonians is to see that this is a partnership with the Spurs, with UTSA, with the city, with the county, and with private equity and private business and development. If everybody works together under that memorandum of understanding, I think it can get done. Is it ambitious? Absolutely. Will we see everything that was on that drawing done? I'm not so sure. But I am pretty sure we'll see the Convention Center and the Spurs arena.
So, Don, what was today about? Was it just to get everybody excited? Because you hear our listeners talking about, wow, this is great. It looks fantastic. It's beautiful. And please update me or correct me if I'm wrong, but it looked like what City Council got today was a bunch of pictures to get them excited. Was there anything more than that today?
Well, I think what they had to do, Joe, publicly was, come out from behind the clandestine closed doors because everybody knew these meetings were going on and these NDAs were being signed as they were talking about the big picture plan. And so I think they got to a place where, first of all, it's time to start moving forward because they do have a quick timeline if they want to generate revenue with the new convention center and if they want to build the Spurs arena before the lease expires at the Frost Bank Center. So these things take a lot of time. You have to go through a lot of approval processes and all the red tape and all the negative Nellies that are going to be out there We've already seen a couple of them speak up today on city council that are going to say, this is what I want for my district. In the past, and I'm doing a commentary on this tonight, my old friend Red McCombs, the late great Red, would be proud of this ambition. He was a critic of many mayors who had big ideas because they weren't quite big enough. Well, this is big. This is a big idea. And Red always had to fight the naysayers, whether it was Hemisphere in 68, bringing the Spurs here in 73, building the Alamo Dome in 93, or whatever it was. There were the negative people that you have to fight. And even the Spurs arena, if they did not win a championship in 99, I'm not sure that gets built. I don't know that it will require a vote of the citizens, and I don't know that the citizens will be on the hook for it, because they made perfectly clear today that the taxpayers will not pay for the Spurs arena. That will be funded in a different way, by a combination of the Spurs and by a combination of a similar tax vehicle that is similar to what they're doing with the new Mission Stadium. Whether that's sales tax, whether that's tiers tax, whether that's some other way, hotel motels what did with the Spurs and rental car. But it's not going to be something that the people is going to come out of our pockets. So they were clear on that. Now, will we have to pay for the roads that go underneath the new land bridge from the Alamo Dome to the new Spurs arena? Absolutely. That's on the citizens. But, it basically comes down to this. What do we want to be? Dallas and Houston and Austin and other cities move forward. Dallas is already they get a much newer arena than the Spurs do with the American Airlines Center, and they're building a new massive casino where they're going to have gambling, and Mark Cuban got out so that they can do all this stuff. They're planning for the future. So it'll come down to what do we want to be. And this is a plan that says this would be great for our city. Hemisphere in 68, 50 years ago, that brought us to where we are. It's been a while. What is the future? And it's an ambitious plan to be talked about for the citizens of San Antonio to decide.
Don Harris from News 4 joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I made the comparison earlier. Do we want to be Albuquerque or El Paso, or do we want to be a forward-thinking and forward-looking city? And as much as I travel around and you see what other cities have and what we don't, as you mentioned, what they're doing in Dallas with the casino, I think about what they're planning right now in Oklahoma City. I almost wonder if there's an area in that plan, well, not really marked yet, but when gambling, not if, but when gambling becomes legal in Texas, one of those two hotels, does that actually become some sort of resort?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you're thinking real forward there. I don't know that San Antonio, I know there's always been pushback about the Riverwalk having gambling. We don't want to see it turn into New Orleans. But I don't know. I mean, it's always worth thinking about those kind of things, right? Because the train always moves down the track. And whether or not I've already seen it on my Facebook from yesterday's post that you were talking about, and that article that we wrote, is you're always going to hear from, what about affordable housing? What about education? What about the people that are being moved from renting their apartment in the soap factory? And But the train always moves down the track. And what kind of track do you want to be on as a city? And I think, for San Antonio to be thinking the way they're thinking, and for these plans, they blew me away. And quite honestly, the movers and shakers in this town that I've talked to in the last week were blown away. Like, this is something that you would see in Vegas or Dallas or Houston or Atlanta or LA. And it was like, it's about time. It was professionally done by that populist group. And I mean, it is well thought out. There's a lot of questions to be answered, but it's, I just remember Red and Henry having to fight for that Alamo Dome and having to, convince people. It may take some convincing of the taxpayers. It may not. That might be the reason that the Spurs went out and got Joe Gebbia and Michael Dell and Kristen Lewis and Paul, what's his name from Atlanta, all these new ownership. that could sink some capital into this and get their return on the back end? I don't know, but it's fun to think about, and those renderings make you think, wow, that would be really cool.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The renderings are incredible. And, boy, if you talk about a new look for the downtown area, it would just be fantastic. Let me talk to you about the Alamo Dome, Don, and update us on this, because by the rendering, it looks like there's a hole in the roof. I don't know what the plan is there. If you know, please enlighten us. Will that open? Will it not? Will it just be glass? And will that be an updated football stadium? And you know where I'm going with this, because when they built the Alamo Dome, it was you build it, they'll come. We were thinking NFL. Is that going out the window and we're just updating this thing for NCAA, for things like that? Or is there a possibility with this renovation that some NFL team may be interested?
I think the plan is to build it in case, like what we're seeing in Tampa right now with the Rays, with their baseball stadium. And they're looking for a place to play. If you had something in place 5 years ago before the Raiders moved from Oakland to Las Vegas, and there was some talk about San Antonio, if this was already in place, that might change that game. Here's what I know about the Dome plans. The Dome plans are twofold. One plan, a cheaper version, is to just go with a milder renovation. The other is to strip it down to those 4 posts and start over and go really big. And that's the plan you saw in the rendering. You could see that it went not only where it normally sits, but also 3/4 of Lot A. It's a much bigger stadium. We've been told that we're not having another Final Four after the one that's coming in spring. We're never going to hold another Final Four in the current building, and other than the women's that's coming in 2029. But yeah, the plan was, and you saw the parking garage that's sitting in the south lot of the part of Lot A, and where the Bill Miller sits now, and a parking garage. You saw those plans as part of the rendering. So it's a much bigger Alamo Dome. It is a new Alamo Dome, if you will. I have heard, I don't know about the roof being retractable. I have heard that the 4 suspension posts would stay, and that just about everything else is gone.
And again, there'll be more suites. I just hope that it's not retractable. We don't have enough days where we'd open that up, and you're not going to open it up for Final Four. But I do like the idea, kind of like what they're talking about in Vegas with their baseball stadium is all inside, but kind of like at SoFi, you can see through it. It's clear. I'm hoping that's what that was, and it's not just kind of I don't know, look like a European soccer stadium, a different version of the old Texas stadium, but we don't need a hole in the roof. We'll save some dollars that way.
I think the three of us are going to be watching it on TV anyway, in our assisted living place, drinking mashed potatoes through a straw when that thing's finished.
I think I've got 10 years on Joe, and you might have some time on Joe too. So I will be around.
Just
long
a
enough.
What are you talking about?
He doesn't have a lot
Joe's
of time
older
on
than me.
Phoenix, I'll tell you that. I am.
Joe's
I'm
older
than you.
than me.
Yes.
You're kidding.
It's not a big gap, Don. You know this.
I'm in my 50s.
Well, I'm a little older than that.
Speaking
Until
of
January.
time, until January. Well, all right. Happy
Welcome
60th.
to the club,
Yeah.
Don. I'm going to call you in January.
I got 8 years before I joined that club. I got plenty of time. Speaking of people that are running out of time, how much of an effort is there from Ron Nuremberg, who apparently is too busy to come on with us today, to get this done while he is still mayor? Because, you go back to things that Red McCombs said, and there was one time on this show years ago, he said that if we had a different mayor, and he was referring to Ed Garza, that wasn't so focused on soccer, the Chargers would already be here. Knowing that Ron Nuremberg has always been forward-thinking, how much of this is there urgency for Ron to get this done while he is still mayor is ultimately his legacy?
Yeah, I talked to Ron last night, and listen, he's well aware that this is going to have to be done by somebody else because of the timeline of it. But he does want, and I think he wanted this presentation to be made a year ago for some reason or another, and because of all the things that have to line up, they had to move slower than that. But this will be part of his legacy, whether he's the mayor or not, because he really pushed this along with Eric Walsh, and that's one of the reasons we voted for Proposition C to have the city manager be able to have his job longer, so that some of these things can be seen through by the same individuals. And I do think that Ron will be remembered if this thing comes to pass as being the father of it, even though he's going to have to take leadership from not only the next mayor, but maybe the one after that, because they only serve 8-year terms. And this is going to be a 15-year completion from start to finish. Now, we may see a new Spurs arena in 4 years, but 15 before we might see everything that you saw in that rendering today over time.
It's going to be exciting. I tell you what, just looking at the pictures, not only Jason and I, and you sound excited too, Don, and a lot of our listeners and viewers on YouTube, very excited about those drawings. And I tell you what, I just think it's much needed in San Antonio. And the sooner this thing gets going, the better I'm going to like it.
Yeah, and I think, cities always have concerns over education and infrastructure and affordable housing. And all of those issues, those are never going to go away whether you do this or not. And so I think it's incumbent on the leadership of city leaders, like people in government, and also business leaders and people in development, to speak up as loud as the naysayers to make sure that people are aware and understand that in order to have good things, right, in order to have nice things, in order to have the Pearl that we go down to, or the events that we go to in a cool city where you can bring in concerts and things like that, there's a cost involved, and that it's worth it to have a world-class city and to be able to host things like the Final Four. That's good for your economy. It's good for the moral spirit. That's what Red always used to talk about, is the moral spirit of a community. Think about the 99 parades and all this, our city, north side, south side, east side, west side, NIOSA, everything that comes together when a community comes together. Sports is the only thing that does it like that. And Red used to preach that. And that cannot be discounted because you want to put ahead, okay, well, what about, infrastructure and affordable housing? Yes, those are important. But the community spirit of a city is also just as important. And people shouldn't be able to be afraid to say, this is a great idea.
Definitely true. And this is a great idea. Don Harris from News 4, appreciate your knowledge, man. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Good stuff. Don Harris from News 4 on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Interesting stuff and a lot to get into and talk about. It's an exciting day to just get the ball rolling. And I can't wait to see more of the details and how this thing unfolds.
And I know, and we'll jump into a little bit later. For those against, and we're seeing some of those comments on YouTube, other than just being against everything, do you have a good reason why you're against it based on the information that we have right now, which, quite frankly, is fairly limited on how it will all be funded? It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Some major concerns for a lot of pro athletes, NBA and NFL types. We'll get into that and what not to do with a candy cane. It's the Blitz live at the Hangar Bar.
Sounded like a good idea at the time.
Maybe. Hangar Bar on Petrenko. Come hang out with us. Your chance to win tickets to go to that Dallas-Cincinnati game. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my home through the years. They've had extra outlets in the garage, spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. I can only imagine what they could do with Project Marvel. And they're the kind of company that could do that from a commercial standpoint, because for over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whether it's additional outlets or USB ports, you got a fuse that's constantly blowing, need to move a light, major commercial projects, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Hill Electric, call them 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or hill-electric.com.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch-rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The most incredible sale of the year is on right now at Diamonds Direct. Save an extra 20% store-wide. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, and designer jewelry. It's our biggest store-wide sale of the year. This weekend only, shop never-before-seen pieces, plus designers' appearances in the store. Save an extra 20% on Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable prices. Plus, the biggest selection of the year starting this Friday through Sunday. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Diamonds Direct. For details, visit diamondsdirect.com.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our #1 customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation, Q finger guns, really easy, super stress-free. 5G so fast, like blazing fast. Games and memes, you'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1 Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Febreze.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs.
Picking up Oscar. La, 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 la. Warm up your holidays with JCPenney. From snuggly soft women's sweaters, just $19.99, to festive family PJs, now 40% off. Get ready for winter with all the comfy, feel-good layers you love. Wrap yourself in a warm faux mink throw, only $24.99. It's more cozy, bigger savings for you. JCPenney. Make it count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/21. Deals excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Woohoo! Another girls' night out. I'm so stressed from shopping. I couldn't find anything. Have you tried shopping jewelry television? JTV? I don't know. Everyone in my family is so different. JTV has thousands of jewelry styles, artisan, diamonds, pearls, colored gemstones, watches, even gift sets. I shop on TV and online.
New JTV customers save up to $50 when you shop jtv.com/radio.
Now, can you relax? Yes. Another round? Yes.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe pork rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe pork rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Cowboys designated wide receiver Brandon Cooks and rookie defensive end Marshawn Nealon to return from injured reserve. That opens their 21-day practice window. Speaking of which, Deron Bland, whose window opened up at the end of October, practiced in full yesterday. He's practicing again today, expected to play on Sunday. Texans got some good news. Defensive end Will Anderson Jr. and Kamari Lassiter both returned to practice. And Thursday Night Football tonight.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon available at H-E-B.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Hangar Bar on Petranco and Hunt Lane. Out in this area, so many people say, man, you come to this side of town. Well, here we are. Come hang out with us here at the Hangar Bar. And not only hang out with us, our friends from Flight by Yingling, probably going to hand you a cold beverage when you walk in. You got to win those very cool Kanga coolers. And somebody's going to leave here at 6 o'clock tonight with tickets to go see Dallas and Cincinnati. So you can go see Joe Burrow live and tickets or passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party.
And Jamar Chase, by the way, who, in my opinion, this year, and I'm not talking about career, this year is the best wide receiver in the league. And I'm talking better than Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, name them. Jamar Chase is having a hell of a year, that's for sure. But when you come here to the Hangar Bar, look for the best-dressed guy in the place. That's Renee. Renee will hand you a nice Flight by Yingling, and he's the best-dressed guy in the whole place.
I mean,
even better dressed than Greg Shelton. It's crazy.
Well, who isn't better dressed than Greg Shelton? I mean, even Brandon is better dressed than Greg Shelton.
So you got to look for the guy that is just swanky looking today.
Swanky,
and he'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. I was talking to A.J. Hoffman this morning from the Morning Huddle. Apparently, they're doing a contest today, and he said, you know what we're going to do? We'll do this all the way up till 5 o'clock. If you want to win Rod Stewart tickets, on our Instagram, at SA Sportstar, direct message your favorite Rod Stewart song. And at 5 o'clock, Ryan will take everybody that sends a direct message to our Instagram and hook somebody up with Rod Stewart tickets.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's AJ's idea?
Well, no, it's the Blitz's idea. We've been doing it for weeks. But AJ's idea was, instead of doing it during his show, let it happen all day.
All day?
All day.
Okay.
Yes.
So do we announce a winner, or do they do it?
Oh, apparently we do.
Okay.
And he's got court in the morning. He ain't even going to come to work, so he'll never know who the winner is.
He's got court. He's in jury duty?
No, he's got court.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what that is.
Well, it's I don't want to get into the man's personal business, but, I think it has more to do with, his father recently passing and dealing with all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
The funny part is, apparently his attorney, as he was telling me this story, called him and told him to dress appropriately, no shorts or flip-flops in court.
Well, that's good advice for AJ.
Well, it is, but I mean, AJ was like, I'm a grown man, I know better. But
sure.
I mean, the fact that your lawyer had to tell you that makes you wonder. He's not just looking out for you.
Yeah. I would say that that's a good lawyer. That's what I would say, because AJ does need the reminder. So, okay, well, we'll fulfill that. Go to Instagram and win some Rod Stewart tickets. Rod Ticket Stewart.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Easy for me to say.
Is it?
Not really. No.
Yeah. The Spurs have just announced a couple of statements about the new downtown entertainment district proposal. and they say exactly what you think they would say. My surprise is, why do you wait until 3:08 or 3:06 to send these out? Because you could have crafted these a while ago. But basically, they're exactly what you think they would be. Peter J. Holt, San Antonio is a city on the rise, and our community deserves a world-class, accessible city center that unites us and delivers unforgettable experience, blah, 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 blah. Basically the same thing from R.C. Buford. We're thrilled to see the city's interest and are looking forward to developing a collaborative process that includes input, dialogue, and consensus from across our entire community. A new arena in downtown San Antonio represents a generational opportunity to shape the future of our community, fostering economic growth, celebrating our city's identity, and creating a vibrant gathering place for all.
Now, here's what I'd like to see happen, and I mean this in all sincerity. Everybody's excited about the renderings. Everybody.
Yep.
Don't let this thing just fall off and go away.
Yep.
I mean, let's get stuff out. Let's get a timeline. Let's go. And it's like, the renderings come out and it's, you know what, we're going to talk about this and we're going to do this and we're moving this forward. Let's go. I mean, don't just throw this out there and then wait till, I don't know, February before you say something else about it.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, but I do think now the ball is moving and we're going to hear a lot more about this, especially if it has to go to a vote. When it goes to a vote, I'm wondering how much of it will have to go to an entire vote. More on that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Right now, though, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
A couple of weeks ago we told you, and you probably read, but I know we talked about it here, that both Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce had their homes burglarized, okay, on the same day. They were playing a Monday night game. And, pretty ballsy to go after them, especially you figure they've got, secure homes and all that kind of stuff. And, I told this, a story about, a friend of mine, her house got robbed at her mother's funeral because the crooks would read the obits and realize, hey, nobody's going to be home. Let's go to that house. And there was an NBA player also recently had his house broken into. Well, now there's all kinds of reports, and the NFL has warned all their athletes about this. These aren't just your average crooks. These aren't a couple of burglars from Kansas City that are doing this. Apparently, it's a theft ring run by a South American cartel.
Well, wow. And the NFL has come out today and issued a warning to every NFL team in the league that to watch out for this and to be aware of it because it is a thing, and they're targeting, obviously, wealthy athletes. Well, or at least partially anyway.
And apparently this group, this transnational crime ring targeting pro athletes, they rely on public records. They conduct extensive surveillance. Obviously, they know teams' schedules, social media accounts, and they just wait for the houses to be empty. They get inside. They're stealing cash, jewelry, and other expensive items, mainly going into master bedrooms because I guess that's where most people keep their safes. And, where I don't know. And I'm thinking most of these guys, they got surveillance, security cameras everywhere, inside, outside. But these guys are good and obviously not your average thieves and ballsy.
Yeah, I would say that. But look, if they're an organized crime ring, they know what the hell they're doing.
FBI's involved.
Yeah, so they know what the hell they're doing, and they can get in, get out. They know exactly what they're looking for, and you never know they're even there. So this is a real deal and something that those guys and I would say most wealthy people need to be on the lookout for.
It's scary. Not sure how you're going to react to this story. I know you're going to be hurt, maybe a little bummed.
Yeah.
LeBron James has announced his exit from social media.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, boy, that just reinforces the fact that he's the most thin-skinned athlete on the planet. Because he's catching hell because his son is getting every special treatment in the world, and he can't take it. So he gets off social media, and so he didn't have to hear about it.
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. So is this next story. And
wait, but you've got no comment on LeBron? Is he paying your salary or what?
I don't follow him. So him leaving social media doesn't affect me whatsoever.
Well, it doesn't affect me either.
Unless I see a retweet. I'm not surprised by it. You said everything I was going to say. I mean, all right, cool.
All right.
You really have to tell me, just quit posting.
You're excited about this next story.
Well, because I know it comes from a place of, so a little backstory here, because Pledge sent this story, and I'm not sure what he was looking up to get this story, but Sunday we went and played golf over at the Golf Club of Texas, and then we went over to my buddy's house and cooked up some fajitas and watched football in the pool. And somehow the conversation, they asked my wife, who is a career ER nurse, what's the strangest thing that you've dealt with? And and I hate all these conversations, but it is amazing the accidents that happen when you're in the shower, different things that people do.
Accidents,
right?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, yes, it's it's amazing how shampoo bottles, when you slip and fall, and bang, right?
Yes,
I mean, it happens. And then I'm not even going to tell this one story because this poor girl had to have surgery and all this kind of stuff. I'll just, without detail, but let's just say a popsicle melted and they had to go get the sticks. So,
yeah, sure.
So,
wow.
Yeah,
that
tragic.
felt weird.
So, Pledge sends us a story today about a lady who basically had to have apparently the same kind of surgery to get a candy cane removed because she was filming her Christmas video and the candy cane broke.
I don't know because I've never experienced this.
Well, good.
But when you eat a candy cane, it's a little spicy, right? Our candy canes are spicy.
Well, there could be a little cinnamon in there.
So if you're sticking that up in places, wouldn't that be a little spicy?
I mean, I have no idea.
I would think.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Well, I'm just
no
wondering.
idea. But it broke, and they had to go retrieve it.
It wouldn't just dissolve.
Knuckle down and go a little harder.
I would think maybe that candy cane would just dissolve.
Yeah,
eventually. Just all right, honey, just lay down and it'll go away.
Well, the problem is when things get stuck there, your bodily functions don't tend to work, and that could cause issues.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that's why producer Pledge sent that story today based on Sunday's conversation.
Well, I'm sure that was the case, but don't stick things where they can go without a way to retrieve them. Okay. I mean, I think that's good advice.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yes.
You knuckle down and go a little harder.
All right, Pledge. You played it 3 times. I got it. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That was a crazy story.
Now, did you read the story or just watch the video?
Well, no, I've heard of a lot of things. I got a friend that is an anesthesiologist.
Oh, yeah.
And she tells some stories that have you rolling about some of the things they've had to remove.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's people that come into, multiple times.
Yeah. They're accident prone.
Well, sure.
Yes.
I'm sure that's the case.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So, yeah, have fun, y'all, but make sure you can retrieve those items.
Yeah. Exactly.
Please. Now, if a candy cane breaks, it breaks, right? I mean, what are you going to do?
Go to the doc.
I guess.
How'd that happen? Well, although for her, it's created more content.
Well, it has. People are talking about it, but I still think that had to be spicy.
I'm not worried about the spice. And I will say this wasn't like the regular candy cane that you would just get in a box of like 12 and hang on the tree. These might be ones that you could hang on your door of the front of your house because you could almost use this one as a cane. So I'm just saying it.
So it's a big candy cane.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That broke off.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have the feeling
There
that's
we
not
go.
the first time she's done that.
Well, I mean,
she's probably done that before and it didn't break.
Well, but it's going to be the last time because she had to go to the doc for this thing.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
I mean, what a waste of a candy cane.
Well, depends where she stuck it. I don't know.
Stop.
That wasn't in the story.
Stop.
That wasn't in the story. I don't know.
Let's talk Jerry Jones coming up. He's delusional.
Yeah.
Or is he? He says he's not. We'll talk about it coming up. You're on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey, Manny Jr. here with Rock's Discount Vitamins. This holiday season, don't let those extra pounds sneak up on you. We have the largest selection of weight control products to help you stay on track. Boost your metabolism with our non-stimulant fat burners or try Cuts, which helps your carbs work for you, not against you. With 12 locations across San Antonio, Rock's Discount Vitamins has everything you need to keep your diet in check this holiday season. Find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, during our Black Friday sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery when you add a base. And Cyber Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com has just launched the new service GMTVCC.com. Write this down, GMTVCC.com, which is Give Me the VIN classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com. GeorgeGetJustice.com.
George Gets Justice. The attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers are proud of their local roots and their deep connection to San Antonio. They stand up for their neighbors, fight for justice, and make sure every voice is heard. When you've been injured in an accident, count on George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George guarantees that you don't pay anything unless they win your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Simonix with our friends from Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. We're out at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road, Petranco and Hunt Avenue. Come hang out with us.
It's a beautiful day. You need to come on out and hang with us. And I honestly believe tonight's game between the Browns and the Steelers is going to be a lot closer than everybody thinks.
All right, now you are a guy that thought the Browns were going to be like a playoff team, win their division. So you're still riding the Browns.
I'm not, obviously not. They suck. But, I mean, I really thought Deshaun Watson would turn into Deshaun Watson again. That didn't happen. And so, yeah, I was wrong about the Cleveland Browns. I did say the same thing, though, about the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
That they would be a surprise. So I'm 1-1. I'm okay with that. I'm just thinking tonight's game, just tonight, game's going to be a lot closer.
What's the line on that? I haven't even
3.5, I believe. I think Pittsburgh's a 3.5-point favorite. So, which is not a lot of points, which ought to tell you something right there, although the game is in Cleveland. Pittsburgh's coming off a pretty brutal physical game with Baltimore last week.
And they didn't score a touchdown in that game. They won on all field goals. And, you could see something like that. And, again, Circus Sports has them. The Steelers has 3.5-point road favorites. It could be interesting. You can listen to that game here on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Come hang out with us here at the Hangar for your chance to win tickets for the Monday night game, Dallas and Cincinnati up in Arlington. Passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. We will give those away at 6 o'clock tonight. So you want to go to that game, go to that great tailgate party. Come hang out with us here at the Hangar on Petranco Road.
It's a great place.
Well, it is a great place. And, you think about, right now you think about the Cowboys. And I know people are down on the Cowboys, and rightfully so, because they haven't been a good team. All year they haven't been good. But when you say there is a chance, get this. According to DraftKings, there is a road for the Cowboys to get the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
This is real. They will have to win out. Washington beats Philadelphia in Week 16. And otherwise both lose out. With the straight face, I'll get there. Giants beat the Buccaneers, Saints, and Falcons. AFC teams must win all remaining interconference matchups. Lions lose out. Vikings lose all remaining games except Week 18 against Detroit. Packers and Bears both finish 9-8. 49ers, Rams, Seahawks all finish 9-8. Cardinals 8-9. Falcons finished 9-8, winning the NFC South. I have no idea if any of that is true, but somebody at DraftKings put the effort in to make that.
I'm really happy they did that, but they lost me when they said the Cowboys have to win out.
Well,
so all the other scenarios.
They lost me with Lions have to lose out because yesterday Micah Parsons did tell us that the Cowboys were a damn good football team.
They did.
And then this morning, Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan was asked about Micah's damn good football team comments, and Jerry agrees.
Well, I like that. And the facts are that he's right. Now, the issue there is that there's 31 other damn good football teams that, for whatever the reasons, they all may not have it together and they all may not be winning the games against other good football teams. But Michael's right, and as a point of emphasis this morning, we have got so much more left in our season, and those games are so important to us. Each one of them are, and it's important that everything we can do to win the individual games. Well, one of the things you do is You recognize that you're a bad play away, you're a mistake away many times as an individual player from making the plays or being involved in a situation that can win the game. Now, that's very critical to us, that we give ourselves every chance to go up here this weekend and beat that Washington team. And I look at the rest of the schedule that way. So I think Micah is just an expression of, hey, we don't look at it like season, or we don't look at it like playoff. We're looking at it quarter to quarter. And to me, that's what you have to do. Football really, at the end of the day, is so much about the next play. It's so much about doing your job on a given play. It's really in the dirt, as Jason Witten said.
It's in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the season's in the dirt, Jerry, I'm afraid.
It really is. About 6 feet under the dirt at this point. But, I mean, part of me, if you're a player, you have to have that mentality.
Sure.
And until you're mathematically out of it. And then you just want to go out there and put out good tape for your next team, your next coach, whatever that case is. You're still getting paid to play. But, Jerry, he's right. Well, you're not. You're not a good football team. Like Micah said, we're a great football team. And the other night against the Texans, if we didn't give up those 14 in the first quarter and those 14 late, those middle quarters, man, we were great. We held them to 6 points. I mean, you're right, man. Let's take the whole game. That was one great series you had there, man. That was fantastic.
Yeah, look, and you're right. I mean, you got to think that way. If you're Micah Parsons or anybody else in that locker room, you got 7 games left. You look at the record; they're 3-7. Hey, if we win out, we got to believe we can win out. We're 10-7. We're in the playoffs, and we're done. Now, nobody thinks they're going to do that. The odds of them doing that are like slim and none.
Yeah,
but as a player, you've got to have that mentality, and so it's hard to fault Micah for saying that, because, well, you got to think that.
Now, the other part of that is you hear that from Jerry and, delusional Jerry, you're losing your mind. And so many people have said things like that. Hell, Stephen A. yesterday compared Jerry Jones at his age to President Biden. And can you do the job? And Jerry was asked about Stephen A's comments this morning by the boys on 105.3 The Fan, asked about the comments comparing him, Jerry Jones, to President Biden, and at that age, capable of doing the job.
Well, as you know, Stephen A. is a fraud in a positive sense. I'm smiling. We are friends. And we are having huge support and huge input and help from everyone he mentioned in that call about stepping in. But I would say if he had asked me that question relative to the issue or the criticism that Biden had about his ability to function, I wish he'd follow me around every day. And he would see that I'm the busiest I've ever been in my life. And I'm not concerned about the ability to do the work, do the job. I just made a quick 14-hour trip back and forth to New York here yesterday for a league meeting. But my point is that Stephen A., and I'd love to have him just sit beside us for a day and make the rounds and have him listen to me field the calls and do the kinds of things we do. And he wouldn't be worried about me there. But I do appreciate his concern. And by the way, it is January.
I love the joke at the end, because kind of sounds like Jerry just wants to fast forward to the end of this season.
Absolutely does. Of course he does. I mean, if I'm Stephen A., though, I'm calling Jerry and I'll take you up on that.
Yes.
And why not? It'd be a great day, and you have a crew following you around and doing what I would love to get that opportunity. Maybe should I tell Steven when he's on with us later that your dad's old and he doesn't know what the hell he's doing?
I mean, you could. And Steven, I mean, what's the day-to-day like? I mean, find it interesting, though.
Yeah, I do, too.
I mean, he is busy.
So tell me how being a fraud is a good thing. Because he said Stephen A. is a fraud
in a good way.
In a good way.
Because, he makes fun of the Cowboys, but he's really a fan. Kind of like you.
Kind of like me?
Yeah.
All right.
It's a kind way of saying you're just a troll.
No, I just tell the truth, brother. That's all I do.
In a very trolling way.
I mean, tell the truth.
Your last video on our Instagram at SA Sportstar got pulled over to some website called CowboysHaters.com, which is a real thing.
It sure did.
It's where they put all the troll pieces.
Is that where they put them?
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
I just tell the truth.
Yes.
I can't help it if it's bad.
Well, I mean, sometimes truth hurts.
It does.
Sometimes truth hurts.
It does.
Nick Swartzen, the comedian, coming to San Antonio, the Aztec Theater on December 6th. The tour is called the Toilet Head Tour.
Toilet Head?
Toilet Head.
Ah. Boy, I wonder how long it took him to come up with that.
Well, I mean,
Toilet Head.
Hopefully it's not a crappy show, and I'm guessing it won't be because, he's a pretty funny dude. Nick Swartzen, if you want to go, we've got tickets right now. Caller 9, those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you don't win them, you can buy them livenation.com. Let's talk more about this Project Marvel. Your thoughts on it, good and bad. We want to hear from you after we get the winner. Those phone lines will be open. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on this Thursday. Never too early to start thinking about your weekend and maybe your weekend breakfast. Get into HEB and get Kielbasa bacon because they now have it available at HEB. Kielbasa thick cut bacon is at HEB. You remember they had to pause it during the pandemic, but they have it back. It's now available at HEB. Packaging a little different than before, but that tastes the same. Kielbasa thick cut bacon, naturally hickory smoked for a robust flavor in each bite. Made with premium pork, 3 grams of protein per serving. And in a world of over-processed foods, Kielbasa's dry-cured bacon is crafted with only 4 simple ingredients, 5 if you get the peppered flavor. And unlike other bacons that are pumped full of water and phosphates, Kielbasa's dry-cured bacon, all meat, no cheat. Life is too short for watered-down bacon. In original and peppered flavors, Kielbasa bacon is now available at most HEBs. Still getting it at all of them. So if it's not at your HEB, go ask that store manager to get it and then drive to the next HEB. They're going to have it. I can tell you it's the best bacon on the planet. Michael Kielbasa guarantees it. As written on every package, if it's not the best bacon you've ever eaten, call Michael Kielbasa. He'll give your money back. And as they can say again at Kielbasa, we've got bacon. So get into HEB today. Get yourself that Kielbasa dry-cured thick-cut bacon.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. We're flying solo, but Coach Mike McCarthy gets here early. We'll also look at the Spurs in Utah and look forward to a full weekend of football. I can't wait. You better get here at 6 because the party starts early.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. This weekend only, the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Retama Park, presented by your local Sweetwater Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $99 a month. 0% financing. Save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. A huge display of hot tubs from your local family-owned Sweetwater Hot Tubs. All for immediate delivery. Hot tubs, swim spas, and cold plunges up to 40% off. Don't miss out on your chance to save thousands this weekend at Retama Park. HotTubTreatShow.com.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
ABC Wednesdays.
Y'all complain all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want raises too. I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with a new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there? Taking bribes? Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green?
Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The most incredible sale of the year is on right now at Diamonds Direct. Save an extra 20% store-wide. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, and designer jewelry. It's our biggest store-wide sale of the year. This weekend only, shop never-before-seen pieces, plus designers' appearances in the store. Save an extra 20% on Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable prices. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off this Friday through Sunday. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Diamonds Direct. For details, visit diamondsdirect.com.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road. See nothing but buckets of Flight by Yingling. Ice cold buckets. It's 3:41, 2 hours, 19 minutes, Joe.
Well, and I know that bucket will be full when we get off the air. I know it will be.
Well, not that bucket. There'll be a new bucket.
There'll be a new bucket. That's true.
There'll be a new bucket.
Yes. But if you want one, you don't have to wait until 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
All you have to do is get down here to the Hangar Bar, and our friends from Flight by Yingling,
they'll share.
I'm pretty sure they will hand you an ice cold flight.
They will share.
Yes.
And while you're here, you could register to win tickets to go to that Dallas-Cincinnati game up in Arlington.
Yeah.
Passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. You could do that. There's a guy right there wearing a Cowboy shirt. You know, exactly. I mean, go watch Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase. Brandon Aubrey Kick.
T. Higgins. Yeah, you can do that. And hopefully some guys will be back. The injury report looks really sad for the Cowboys heading into this week.
Yeah, it does. Washington.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So hopefully they'll all be healthy.
Come see
by
us
that Cincinnati game
at the Hangar Bar, Petranco Road. So City Council this morning, we got the renderings, the photos of Project Marvel, and no surprise, there's people that are against everything, and if you're against with what we know now, and again, other than just do you have a reason why you are against it with the information that we have? And again, at this point, we don't have a funding plan. We don't know how much is going to be on the taxpayers. Are there other monies that are going to pay for this, probably through some sort of grants and different things like this, because the Spurs Arena is a small part of this project. When you look at adding to the convention center, the convention center hotels, all of which make money, and the park space, that land bridge, and you think about what they have at Phil Harburger, that's pretty cool. That is like, if you go to Harburger Park, it's amazing what that is. So imagine that a park space like that in the middle of downtown.
Well, and it's cool, and it just attaches everything, right? We attach the new arena to the Alamo Dome and everything, and it's just it would make it really easy to get back and forth and to get around. And so, the renderings are really cool. If you haven't seen them, they're everywhere. So just Google it and find out. But and it would dress up the downtown area of San Antonio, just so good. Look. You, me, Don Harris, most people listening and watching the show are going to be for this. But there is going to be that group of people, because there always is, that is just not going to be for it, and they're going to fight against it.
Well, and again, I get that, but out of curiosity, why? And I look around other cities that have big sports and entertainment districts and everything that they get. Hell, I was just in Denver in early September to go to a Green Day concert that was at Coors Field, where the Rockies play. And the hotel we were staying at right across the street from the stadium, but there was this whole bar restaurant area right there, pregame, postgame, but just cool, with a variety of different bars and restaurants. Walk to the stadium, watch the show, walk out. And everything was right downtown. Walk around a couple blocks. I know we're going to be in D.C. They've got stuff. Baltimore has things. Philly, Dallas, Phoenix. I mean, every major city. Hell, downtown Nashville and what they have done.
Oh, yeah.
You look at Austin and the stuff that's around at Moody Center. You go to Dallas and what Dallas has, what Dallas is going to build, where the new basketball arena is going to be, with a wink-wink casino when gambling becomes legal in the state of Texas. You know why they're doing that? Because they're forward thinking. And that has always been a knock on leaders of the city of San Antonio. City leaders were never forward thinking. This is as forward thinking as I've seen our city put together and put out publicly of a project they want to get done since I moved here in 1993.
I hope that they keep this thing going, honestly, because everybody's excited about it right now. Everybody loves the renderings. It looks really cool. It'd be awesome to have it, but keep this thing going. You got to keep this out in the public and get people excited about it. Look, you can't just throw out a bunch of renderings and say, all right, here it is. Look how cool that is. Now, everybody, you should just jump on board. Let's go. I want to see people out, sell people on what this is going to bring to the city, what this means to the city, how much publicity the Spurs bring to the city, yada, 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 all those good things that are out there and would come from this. Don't just assume that, wow, it's really cool and everybody will vote for it, because they won't. Go out and sell them. I want to see a full-fledged effort to get people on board and tell them what it means to the city, and not just assume that they know.
Well, and the other part, and we invited Mayor Ron Nirenberg on the show today, and his schedule didn't allow time because his schedule is jam-packed with meetings. And to me, you put something like this out and you kind of clear the deck knowing that you're going to have a gazillion interview requests, because what you put out was a nice wow factor, but a lot of questions that still need answers to.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have the answers, but you can give us some ideas of what those answers could be, a little bit more of a timeline. The Spurs released some announcements, some statements from R.C. Buford and from Peter J. Holt that, standard PR kind of answers about the project and the excitement around the project. But quite frankly, we all know, because we're not idiots, that there have been hours and hours and hours of closed-door meetings that have been going on to get to this point. And we also know through all the different reporting that, Project Marvel is something that has long been in the works. So they have an idea of how this is going to be funded, and they have some sort of idea of timeline. You don't get to this point without all of that. and plan B and plan C and plan D and priorities. And that's kind of what I want to get to now. All right, cool. Pictures are great, man, and it looks fantastic. Yep. I'm excited. But what's the timeline? What's the priorities? And to me, the Wemby Center is priority one.
It is priority one. And as we heard, and when Don Harris joined us earlier, and he's been looking into this, we all have. But, I mean, the Spurs arena itself, you just look at the arena, is going to be mostly private money, if not all of it private money. It's the rest of it that will benefit from, if there is a tax burden or however that happens, with more convention space, with concert venues, with the Alamo Dome updates, all of that stuff. But the Spurs arena itself, at least half of that, from what we understand, would be paid for privately, if not more than that. So keep that in mind, too.
And what was released today, and while this was tweeted 4 hours ago, you know how Twitter works. This is on my timeline right now from David Chancellor. And Chance writes, San Antonio 2.0, question mark. God, I hope so. This is one of the many designs for Project Marvel, which is a collaboration from the city, county, and Spurs to upgrade downtown. Right? So I wonder what some of the other designs were, or is this like, man, if we can get it all, this is what it's going to look like. And as I mentioned, Plan B, C, D, I'm sure they have those drawings. But I do like what Chance writes on here. It makes the Pearl, La Cantera, Southtown, and all the other new developments around town look like child's play. And that is true. This is big. This is, quite frankly, when it was described as bigger than anything San Antonio has done since Hemisphere 68, this might be bigger than that, although 68 was the first one, and I can only imagine, because most of us weren't here when that happened, what it was like trying to get people on board for that with a vision. This is incredible vision, and again, we haven't seen this from San Antonio city leaders ever, I don't think.
Well, and even for me, it was I wasn't involved in that or knew what the hell was going on. So in 68.
Hemisphere 68.
But I do remember the Alamo Dome, and I remember the fight that was to get that thing done, and the sales tax that wasn't going to be a burden to the citizens of San Antonio. It was all the tourists, and that building was paid off in a little over a year because of that. So, and look what the Alamo Dome has brought to us. I mean, my goodness, the first Spurs championship was won in the Alamo Dome, and that led to the building of what is now the Frost Bank Center. But the Final Fours that we've had in there, all the events that have taken place in there, it's now home to the UTSA Roadrunners, home to the San Antonio Brahmas. I mean, all of the things, and if we didn't have that building, you would have any of that kind of stuff. But some of that stuff, Jason, and it was the argument back then that there are just some people in this town, number one, don't like any idea of any more taxes, period, regardless of who's paying for it. And number two, just aren't sports fans.
Well, and again, get a hotel downtown, travel around, and you pay a hotel tax. Most of the time, visitors and hotel stayers are paying for the tax. I know for the marathon coming up, we've already booked our room downtown, and you see what the rate is, and then you see all the taxes, and that goes with the territory. My guess is there will be a lot of that on our YouTube channel, and you can always comment and subscribe to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. I mentioned a bunch of cities. Raul says, look at Kansas City's downtown sports area, bars, restaurants, viewing areas. They've got an area, they call it KCP&L, Kansas City Power and Light District, and basically take Texas Live up in Arlington. I think a lot of people have probably been to that. We've been to a version of that in Philadelphia when we go there for the Army-Navy game. But KCP&L has that. They have a bunch of concerts there, and it's right across the street from the Sprint Center that, basically the Big 12 tournaments and other things like that. Now, the two stadiums where the Chiefs and Royals play, that's another district they have, yet they're talking about moving Arrowhead Stadium to a different part, but there will be part of that Kansas City new stadium, more of a sports and entertainment district around the stadium. That is the way it is done right now. They become destination places that are all designed to create revenue when events aren't going on.
I tell you, it makes a lot of sense. And this city needs to reinvent itself. Yeah, I've heard that word thrown around today quite a bit, but just thinking about it, you see the Frost Bank Tower downtown, and how, and I love the building. It's beautiful, but how goofy it looks in a way because it's so modern. Everything else around it is old.
Yeah.
And again, I mean that. I love the way it looks. It's a beautiful building, but it just seems out of place in everything else that's downtown. You take the Alamo Dome, which they built specifically to fit in downtown, the same look. But upgrade all of that, and you get the downtown area to look a little bit more modern than it does now. And I just think it benefits everybody. You have places to come. And look, this city wants to get more involved in the convention business. They want to get more involved in the convention business. They're putting a brand new terminal, a third terminal at the San Antonio airport for that reason. And that's a reason why we haven't been able to get some of the bigger conventions here. Republican or Democratic National Convention, a possibility when you get that. Think about that. All of that kind of stuff could be possible with what they're talking about today.
Absolutely. And John Sobery on our YouTube channel says the marathon is going away, by the way. That, my friend, is incorrect. The Rock and Roll Marathon is going away. This will be the last year for that. San Antonio Sports, which does so many great things in our city, is going to take over and host our own marathon. They won't be affiliated with the Rock and Roll Marathon that's been, 15, 20 years, whatever it's been. And that's good for San Antonio because that means the 18,000 people that are going to run next December, all that money will all stay in San Antonio, all of it. So it's a good thing, and it's part of growth that we keep talking about. But there will still be a San Antonio Marathon. It's just not going to be part of the Rock and Roll Marathon series.
And the other comment I would love to address and would love to get the reasoning why the People's Champ on our YouTube page says, I'm totally against it. My group will be fighting against it 100%. That's fine if that's the way you feel. You have your right to your opinion and you're what you want to do. I would just like to know why you are against it. I really would. And if it's not you, whoever else is against it, just let us know. Let's have that debate. Let's have that talk.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. You can tweet at me at Jason Minix, the station at SA Sports Star. Same on Instagram. And on Instagram, if you want to win Rod Stewart tickets, all you got to do is make sure you're following at SA Sports Star on Instagram and DM your favorite Rod Stewart song. And at 5 o'clock, we're going to pick a winner, and somebody's going to win tickets to go see Rod Stewart just by sending a DM of your favorite Rod Stewart song to at SA Sports Star on Instagram.
All right, as you do that, you dial the phone lines. Let me tell you about Stevens Roofing. Been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. Proud to do so. Local company, family-owned company, and your roof covers your home. It covers your family. You need a reliable roofer you can trust. Stevens Roofing is that reliable roofer. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, doesn't make any difference. Stevens can handle anything. You want a metal roof on your house, Stevens Roofing can handle that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free when you give them a call at 210-785-0994. And look, everybody on the planet is looking to save a little bit of money these days. And a good way to do that is to put solar panels on your house. Look, solar panels have become increasingly affordable. They can save you money on your monthly utility bills. They'll often increase the value of your home. And there are even options to keep the lights on when the grid goes down. Stevens Roofing has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions that are tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM, Floresville. and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them, Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Progressive presents Good News, Bad News, Dumb News, then Great News. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-299-1058. 800-299-1058. Again, that's 800-299-1058.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play, like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when tinted to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior one-coat hide color collection.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs are back at it tonight. They'll take on the Utah Jazz inside the Frost Bank Center. Spurs will be without Victor Wembanyama for the third straight game. He's nursing that knee contusion. Devin Vassell also going to miss tonight's ball game. He has left knee soreness. Dallas Cowboys designated wide receiver Brandon Cooks and rookie defensive end Marshawn Nealon to return from injured reserve. That opens their 21-day window. Deron Bland, he's in.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix out at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road. Our friends from Flight by Yingling are here. I see buckets and buckets of Flight by Yingling. Ice cold. That could be yours. Just come hang out with us. We're here till 6 o'clock, and we've got prizes we're giving away like those Kanga coolers all afternoon. But the grand prize, somebody's walking away here tonight with tickets to go up to Arlington on Monday, December 9th to watch Dallas and Cincinnati and passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party.
Hell of a prize, right? So people coming in, they're registering for that. They're getting a cold Flight by Yingling as well. And now, see, you don't have to ask Renee for that beer. You can ask somebody that's much more attractive than Renee.
Yes, you can.
The Flight by Yingling girls have arrived.
Yeah.
So
are you taking a shot now at Renee because he just took a shot at you and your goatee that
I'm not taking a shot at Renee.
It sounded like you were taking a shot at Renee.
I'm just speaking the truth. Do you not agree with that?
That was very much a true statement.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Hey, he didn't take I don't know if you took a shot at it.
I think he took a shot at you.
Well, maybe.
He asked if you needed to wash your face.
Well, I need some Grecian formula. Maybe I'll just keep it growing and then play Santa Claus in the mall. A little extra cash.
All right, you might be able to play Santa in the mall the way that thing is growing in 2029.
I'm just not a facial hair guy.
Okay.
But I've made the commitment to make this thing go until the end of November, and I'm going to do it.
I'll give you credit. I figured you would have shaved that thing off by now.
Well, there have been days that I get out of the shower and look in the mirror and say, yeah, this thing's gone. And then I said, no, I made a commitment. I have to keep that commitment. So,
and you did that without a bet.
Here we are, November 21st.
Uh-huh.
And so I've got, about 9-10 days left?
All right, but you know what they say, if you do something for 3 weeks, it becomes a habit. I mean, if you make the entire month, are you actually going to shave that on December 1st?
I would imagine, yes.
Or do you think you might just keep it going?
Well, it depends. If it doesn't come in any better than it's doing now, then it's probably gone.
Well, I mean, in 9 more days, I don't think it's going to do any better.
Well, you never know.
9 days?
Never know.
I mean, you think about, growing a chia pet, because that's kind of what you're doing on your chin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really full in a month. I mean, it
hasn't even been 2 weeks yet. 2 weeks tomorrow.
Well,
the last day I shaved was 2 weeks ago Friday.
So tomorrow. Wait a minute. So you jumped into no shave November late?
Yes, I did actually.
Well, then you've got to go. It's a full month of not shaving.
So I got to go to December 7th. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, well, we'll see. I said the end of November. That was my commitment. So that's what I'm looking at. I see the finish line. The light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Is right there.
Now,
and so we'll see.
All right. Now, straight curiosity, because I knew if you and I put a beer bet on that, your stubborn ass would not shave just to win a bet.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to see if you could do this. You're sounding more like you've got a bet with somebody that you'd be able to keep this through the end of the month.
Sometimes you just got to test your commitment ability.
Dude, pick your battles. And this isn't one of those.
Well, I'm just saying, now, I mean, what the hell? If it gets any better, great. If it doesn't, who gives a damn? I'm just saying it's a talker.
It's a talker?
It's a talker.
What does that mean?
Well, people talk about it. It's just like Renee. Hey, what's going on with that? and then you giving me crap, and I get people at the gym, giving me crap. So it's a talker.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't able to do this in my 25 years at Kins 5.
So in other words, you weren't getting enough attention, so you wanted to create a talker, and you decided that was the way?
Well, not really. It's for a good cause. It's cancer awareness. It's cancer awareness. So that's what I'm doing it for. And if Greg Shelton's going to be the first, he told me yesterday he's giving me $20. He's going to donate that, and we're going to give it away.
Oh,
and I thought that was nice of him.
I mean, for Greg Shelton to part with anything, especially a 20, unless there's a stripper involved, is quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, that poor stripper. There's no way he's giving her $20. I guarantee you that. There ain't no way. And then I told him, he asked me about it yesterday, and I said, well, Sheldon, I'm trying to be like you. Because when you look at Sheldon, he really could play Santa Claus in the mall.
No, he's too grumpy.
Well, that'd be perfect.
Well, yeah, damn kids. Get off my lap. Oh, look at Shelton pulling out. He's got hundies.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's giving you $1.
Stripper money. Yeah, he's got stripper money.
He does have a lot of ones. Well, he goes at lunch when it's like three songs for $5.
Does he go down the street there on Pear and Vinyl? Is that where he goes?
Probably. I mean, it's got to be close to work.
It has to be.
Lunch hour is only so long.
So we'll go till December 1st, and I'll make a decision then. So
make a decision.
Yeah,
then.
maybe our YouTube community can chime in and say yes or no. If Ryan's working, and he may have knocked off for the day already, he can put up a poll.
A poll.
A poll.
A poll.
Sure.
So do you? So what is the poll question?
Well, should I shave the goatee or keep it?
Well,
maybe he could put that up on November 30th. Are we working that day?
Probably not.
I don't know.
It sounds like it'd be a day off.
Maybe.
What's the calendar say?
Well, Thanksgiving that's a Sunday, right? Well, I don't know. What is it?
A Saturday.
Saturday.
All right. So I think December 6th, you keep it that long, and we'll decide.
December 6th.
We'll be live out at Tri-County Meat Market. All right, so December 5th.
Doesn't Joe Herring have a goatee? It's pretty gray, if I recall. The godfather of Tri-County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. Keep it till December 5th. That way you could shave on December 6th.
Oh, we'll see.
Or not.
Yeah.
Depending on what the poll says. Kind of like what the Fox says.
Yeah, you got this guy now. Ben Brasino just walked in, and he couldn't wait 5 seconds to start. But you were supposed to bring me a razor, Ben, because the other day on YouTube he said, "What? You forget you'd lose your razor?"
Yeah.
He didn't bring one.
Yeah, part of it. Shocker. Be like Ben. You got this couple over here. They're listening to us on online right now at sasportstar.com. And
are they really?
There's a little bit of a delay. And so you see them kind of laughing. It's like they're not having their own conversation, but that's the delay reaction.
This Cowboy fan over here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The great American right there.
Yeah.
He's eligible to win. The dude in the Texans hat, not.
Not at all.
He's not going to see Cincinnati and Dallas. Screw that. Everybody can win but that guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you still a little bitter about Monday night?
I'm not bitter. I thought they would lose. What was my score prediction? 31-13?
Yeah.
I was pretty close.
You were pretty close.
I was not expecting a good game whatsoever. Not at all.
And it wasn't. Well, parts of it were.
I mean, according to Micah, those middle two quarters, they played great football. And you know what? To a degree, he's right.
It was riveting football.
We're a damn good football team.
You're getting some comments on YouTube.
Am I?
Some of them I can't read, but if you would like to read them and get a chuckle, go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, and you can comment as well. I'm not saying that one on air, but you guys could go read that one. It would be funny if that were Wednesday.
Yeah, it would.
Come see us here at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road. Our friends from Flight by Yingling are here. You can register to win tickets to go see Dallas and Cincinnati in Arlington on December 9th, plus passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially for winter gear. Mentioned earlier in the show, it's vest season because, a lot of people here at the Hangar Bar wearing vests. You can put your company logo on that vest, a half zip, hoodie, jackets, coats. Sam has all the winter line on display right now in that massive showroom. And he has all the big name brands as well. North Face, Under Armour, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 25,000 caps on display and more than 75 color combinations. So if you need caps, go see Sam. He's got them, just waiting to put your logo on them. And all the popular cap brands as well. Katie Caps, Nike, Cap America, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. You need one item, 20,000 items, whatever that number is, Sam will get you taken care of, and all items do come with a warranty. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro-hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm here to tell you about SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. They're now accepting new memberships. They're open 7 days a week. Great atmosphere, great vibe, great food, great service. All skill levels welcome. Stop by. Check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line.
We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line.
We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device. It is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
Hey, sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Thursday night report, absolutely free unrecorded message line, 1-800-244-5600. 5506. Pittsburgh Cleveland tonight is going to be a monster game. I've got the side and total. Pittsburgh Cleveland plus hoops and college football. That's 5 big plays. John Anthony has you covered. I love to sweep the board. Call now. Hear him for free on a recorded message. 1-800-244-5506. Information wins. John Anthony Sports, #1 against the spread. 1-800-244-5506. You want the information? I've got it. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, plus college football, hoops, and special prop action. I love to go 5-0 with the season free. 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506, or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix at the Hangar Bar on Petranco and Hunt, right there on the corner. Out here with our friends from Flight by Yingling. We've got Kanga coolers to give away. In fact, just gave away one. We're also getting people registered to win tickets to the Monday night game at Dallas-Cincinnati in Arlington and passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. So come hang out with us, your chance to win, or just hang out with great people inside, the patio outside. They got some food. We had lunch here. People are eating now. Obviously, plenty of cold beer. And we've got to talk about the last couple of minutes in your damn goatee, Joe.
I'm getting a lot of attention today about this thing, huh?
Yeah.
The Godfather has chimed in.
You wanted attention. That's why you're doing this. Although,
isn't that why we're in the media?
Well, yeah. But some need a little more attention than others,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
But you're doing this for cancer awareness.
Sure.
Because it is No Shave November.
It is.
Now, a little bit later in the show, as we do every Thursday, we judge meat and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. We will do that, so you still have time to upload your photos to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com. And if you need turkeys for Thanksgiving, definitely get into Tri-County Meat Market. But you mentioned Joe Herring, who, started Tri-County Meat Market. His sons are running it now, although feels like in retirement, Joe is working more now than he did while he was actually working. But he is listening to us as we speak right now. And he sends a text, a challenge to you, Joe Reinagel.
I see that.
If you will accept it. He texts and says, listening to the show, love it. He will do a $500 donation to cancer awareness, Joe, if you dye your goatee strawberry blonde for 1 week.
Now, what is strawberry blonde?
Beats the hell out of me.
Is that like red?
I think you should do, strawberry blonde. I'm trying to think of, I don't know.
I got to look that up.
I mean, you probably go to HEB and you find a box of dye that says strawberry blonde.
I mean, that's a pretty good donation to the,
Cancer awareness.
Cancer Society.
We'll find out.
Something, right?
There are several that we know of.
Oh, wow. See, it is red.
Yeah. So, will you do that for a week? But here's the thing. I'm going to put a caveat on this for Joe. It can't be a week where we're off for 3 or 4 days because of Thanksgiving. So, for your $500, if you're going to shave this thing in 9 days, knowing that you have 4 work days left, you got to go home tonight and do this. And at least on the air tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday when we're live over at the Angry Elephant.
And I got to go through the weekend like that?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Well, you're not going to see it on the weekend.
For $500.
Wow.
And you want attention? Trust me. You do that to your face, you'll get attention.
I'll get attention, that's for sure. That's a very generous offer, Joe. I'll have to think about it. I got an hour and
there's nothing to think about.
No, there is.
It's
that's a hell of an offer, though.
It's $500 for cancer awareness,
and that's great. And I got a wife that has to look at that thing.
That's for a week. You're going to shave it off in 9 days anyway.
Well, I don't know that I'm going to do that.
All right. Well, that or the whole first week of December, you go strawberry blonde.
Joe? What's your infatuation with strawberry blonde?
Did you see those photos?
Well, maybe that's it, I guess, huh? Wow.
I believe you could classify Jackie as one with strawberry blonde.
Okay,
so
all right.
I'm guessing
all right.
that is something that Joe is into.
I will, yeah, I'll think about it.
You'll think about
Yeah,
it.
you want me to just pop off an answer right now?
Absolutely. It's kind of like you claiming a beer bet. Yes. This is when you do the dumbest of things.
I'm just
on
saying.
the moment.
You know, I do a lot of things for charity, but
Yes.
I mean, you know, most of them don't.
Yeah, but
most of them don't involve going strawberry blonde.
Yeah, but this one doesn't involve you writing a check. Somebody else is.
Now, so I mean, that's just the go-to, not the do.
No, just.
I mean,
just your face.
wouldn't it have to match?
No, the curtains don't have to match the
I
drapes.
could just go ginger.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Frank Valdez, do it.
Yeah, well, sure, Frank. Yeah, thanks, Frank.
Everybody on YouTube, me.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, for the record, I wouldn't. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can.
Strawberry blonde. I was thinking more of like a darker color, like, you know, so it stands out a little more.
I think strawberry blonde would stand out.
Because right now it's just kind of like gray. It kind of blends in. It's like
hey, you got to do it.
Well, I don't got to do anything. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, all right. While you think about
Gotta do it.
Stephen Jones is texting. We're going to do 2:30 tomorrow with Stephen Jones. Apparently,
2:30
he's got
tomorrow.
something going on right now.
All right, good.
So he won't join us coming up in 5 minutes. Stephen Jones at 2:30 tomorrow.
Pledge,
dude.
If you don't do it, cancer wins. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Now you got to do it.
I have my buddy Mike Tristan saying do it. I mean, everybody's piling on.
Well, I mean, nobody's piling on. I mean, you got to realize, and love you, Joe, but that's a cheap dude at times. I mean, now there are some things that he's not.
I've been to Vegas with Joe.
Yeah,
He's not cheap.
I said it's some things that he's not.
He can lose money with the best of them.
Yes, he can, but there's other things that he can be very frugal about. So if he's willing to write a check for you to do this, you've got to take him up on that.
I might. Strawberry blonde, though. Why that color? You know, there's a lot of other colors in the world. Strawberry blonde.
That's what he asked for.
I got to go in there and get a brisket.
You got to get a brisket. And you go in there and get a turkey too. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got some show left.
You want to text Maggie and ask her
Yeah,
permission, or you want me to text Maggie and just tell her what's going on?
Hey, whoa.
Yeah. Exactly, man. I could see your Thanksgiving photos.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's why if you come to work tomorrow with it, you could actually shave it before the Thanksgiving family photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're.
I love you, Joe. It's a very generous offer of you. Strawberry blonde.
Rob's son, Jack Thompson, texts and says, "Tell Joe to stop being soft and just do it.
Stop being soft." Oh my goodness.
Yes, and relationship advice from young Jack Thompson. Always better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Dude, I
he
know
has
that.
learned from his father. That is great.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Wow. I come to work today and never thought I'd have a challenge like that.
Well, that's the beauty of what we
Wow.
do. You never know what the day is going to be like.
How about that?
Pledge, is David still there? Hey, David wants to talk about Project Marvel. Hey, David, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, guys. Joe, do it, please.
There you go.
That would be awesome. Hey, on this Project Marvel, I think it would be an amazing accomplishment for this city. The amount of money that it would bring into this town is beyond reproach. It's crazy, and this town needs it. We need to stop being so backward thinking. It would benefit everyone in this city. I know it would benefit more the areas around the arena and the dome and the downtown area, but it would also help improve the neighborhoods. You could walk from that arena and the dome site and go into Southtown, go to the Riverwalk, go to the Pearl. It's a short Uber ride to the Pearl. Go across town to the new baseball stadium. This is a lot, and I know it's a huge amount of money to look at, but think of the rewards that this city would get back in return, and be proud of. You could walk around downtown and say, "This is ours." Now we don't have to go to Houston, to Dallas, to Austin to go see this concert or that event or anything else. Everything would be right here in town. And if you can't afford to go down to watch a game or an event, you can watch it on TV and see how beautiful this city looks. It would. I am totally for this. And God bless the forward thinkers in this town. And I know I'm not going to be around long enough to see the full completion of this, but at least my kids and my grandkids will be around to see that. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, David.
Great attitude. Thanks for hanging on.
I mean, as we think about everything there, and boy, I'm glad he said a short Uber ride, because he was like, dude, you must be like the walking king. I'm not walking all over there. But yeah, I mean, just the idea of everything that it would bring to San Antonio would be incredible. And the idea that the entertainment district part of it, and you see this when you go to other cities who already have this. There are bars and restaurants that you go to, whether there's a game or not. I saw Chip say, "Man, sounds like a good spot for another Roo Pub," and it would be, and because there would be those kind of bars, and all you got to do is travel around and see what other cities have and go, we need this in San Antonio. And I think a lot of us probably already do that. This is the opportunity to put San Antonio on that map of forward-thinking, cool downtown areas in a city.
No sales job needed here. I'm all for it, and I think it should be done. I just want to see some details. That's all, and I'm a little disappointed. I don't know what I was expecting, maybe too much today. Instead of just the renderings. The renderings are cool. Now let's get the rest of it out there. I want to see a plan about, the cost of this thing, a timeline of this thing, and how are we going to pay for it? And that's the next step. And I think once you do that, then you can have that debate with people who are right now not for this thing. So let's do that. Let's get it out there. We're excited today. The pictures look great. Now let's see. Let's move this thing forward and get it done. Because quite frankly, if what KSAT was reporting, the one report that I saw from KSAT is that some of this stuff, and it will go in pieces, it won't all be built at once.
Sure.
But the construction would start in the spring of 26. So you got to get that thing on the ballot if it's going to be voted on, or either way, get it done and approved and ready to roll.
Back to the phones. Doc, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Well, the first thing is that does the Project Marvel include the baseball field or not?
No, it does not. That's a separate project in itself.
Good. I'm completely against them trying to put money into a semi-pro league, because then that's just going to lock us into that league. And as much as we're expanding and fighting with Austin, I think the future for us, it probably does have a professional baseball team, probably before an NFL team. But I like what they're doing, renovating the Alamo Dome, just in case in the next 10 years, we know that Jerry Jones is the biggest proponent of us not having an NFL team. He's
That's not true, buddy. That's not true.
That's not true, Doc. Appreciate it. And I could say I know this. I mean, Jerry has talked about this before, whether when Red was alive and trying to do some things, when the Raiders were talking about it, Jerry wasn't the one that was against it. Now, granted, and the TV rules have changed, but back then, every team that's ever looked at San Antonio was an AFC team. Jerry's in the NFC, so the TV conflicts would not be there. I know because Bob McNair told us on this show years ago, he would have been against it. And back then, he was chairman of the finance committee. And I imagine Cal probably shares the same sentiment. The Cowboys, you're born into it. Generations of Cowboy fans, and that's not going to change anytime soon. The Texans are still growing. The Texans still don't own all of Harris County as far as fandom go. And in the old TV rules, and I realize things have changed, but at the time when Bob McNair on this show said he would be against San Antonio getting a team, it was they would lose on how they do the TV map coverage. San Antonio and South Texas and parts of like Central Texas through Austin. It would have affected the Houston Texans a lot more than it would have affected the Dallas Cowboys. The Texans would be more against it than Jerry Jones. And Jerry has said on this program many times, there are more Cowboy fans in San Antonio and South Texas per capita than in the DFW area.
And that's not going to change.
No.
That's not going to change. But it's not Jerry Jones who is the speed bump for an NFL team here. It's the team we already have here in San Antonio.
Well, there's that too.
That is a professional football team. That is the impediment. It's not Jerry Jones. And I know that narrative is out there, and it's been out there, and it drives me nuts. Jerry Jones is not the impediment. The San Antonio Spurs are the impediment to getting another professional team here, whether that's baseball or football. They're the ones, because of where we live, because of the sponsorship dollars, because of all of those things. And look, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They've got it all right now. I'm not,
They've got a monopoly on
but
it, except the missions. Yeah.
It is a fact that team, that organization, is the biggest impediment to us getting an NFL football team here in San Antonio.
Unless, of course, they somehow managed to get a piece of that.
Exactly right, which they were trying to do when the Raiders were sniffing around San Antonio.
Absolutely. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star Live at the Hangar Bar on Petranco with our friends from Flight by Yingling. Thursday night football tonight is Browns and Steelers. Spurs also in action tonight. Got to be at a place where you can watch multiple games and want to have a little more fun trying to win money watching those games tonight. Make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy app and start playing the Pick'em game. It's a lot of fun to play and fun to win. And I love it when you guys send me screenshots of your winning Underdog Fantasy Pick'em entries. I love doing the same thing because I love it when it turns green and you get the little notification that you have won money just by picking higher or lower on projected stats. And Underdog is running specials, promos, and bonuses almost every single day, like Profit Boost, where you can pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. They've got discounts with adjusted projections on certain player stats to help you get that win and free picks. Basically a sure thing. Free pick, all you have to do is get higher than 0.5 for that pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the Underdog Fantasy app. Sign up with my promo code STAR. Deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR at Underdog Fantasy. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog Fantasy.
The Morning Huddle.
I'm fully aware that I'm a bad singer and I'm singing ironically.
Well, make sure the audience is in on the joke.
And he was like, you sing just good enough that like maybe you think you're really good. I'm like, no, I think I'm a horrible singer. I just don't care. I'm having fun. It's like singing in your car. You don't have to be a good singer.
You're doing my car.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night,
you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbor's dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Did you know that Wendy's has any size soft drinks for just $1? Yeah, any size, anytime. Like $1 Coke, $1 Sprite, or even $1 strawberry Fanta. Okay, could we maybe switch up the sound effect, please? 'Cause I'm losing it. Wow, no, not that. Any size soft drink for just $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
The gummies were.
The gummies are legal?
Ask JD Ryan, man. I bought some. And boy,
You got a Woody?
No, it was awful.
He tripped right on.
Oh, my
Did
God.
you buy that at the store?
Yes.
They take a while to hit, and when they hit, it just accelerates. And finally, you got to eat some pie.
I gave the rest of them to Bob.
JD didn't have any pie.
I had no pie.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and saute. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up. The food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Warm up your holidays with JCPenney. From snuggly soft women's sweaters, just $19.99, to festive family PJs, now 40% off. Get ready for winter with all the comfy, feel-good layers you love. Wrap yourself in a warm faux mink throw, only $24.99. It's more cozy, bigger savings for you. JCPenney. Make it count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/21. Deals excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jay Simonix. Live at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road. Live until 6 o'clock, so you got plenty of time to get over here. Get your name in the cooler to try to win one of those Flight by Yingling at Kanga coolers. Plus, more importantly, the grand prize, tickets to go see Dallas and Cincinnati and passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party, which is incredible. This is for the Monday night game, December 9th. And we all know that game will not be flexed.
Thanks to Homer Simpson.
Yes.
Good old Homer. So it's not. Could turn out to be a decent game. Who knows?
It could be. Well, and again, I mean, you get to watch Brandon Aubrey kick.
Sure. Joe Burrow throw.
Joe Burrow, yeah.
Jamar Chase catch.
Dude, anytime you get to go to a game, it's a fun
Absolutely.
time. And the tailgating before the game, especially for all you, I don't want to give Jerry Jones a dime. Go to this Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party, and trust me, you won't be hungry when you walk into that stadium, so that will save you money because the food there is incredible. And, it's 3 hours before the game, all you can eat and all you can drink. So quite frankly, you wouldn't have to go into that stadium and spend a dime if you're thinking, I don't want to give Jerry any money. Flight by Yingling's got you all taken care of.
Yeah, but who could do that? Can you do that? It doesn't matter what you do at the Bill Bates tailgate party. I mean, you're still going to have a beer when you get into Jerry World.
I will say the last time I was there, I did, obviously, but not as much. It did say, and you know what I didn't buy? Food.
Yeah.
I didn't buy any food.
You were full.
Because I was full.
Yeah.
And the barbecue that they have, I'm always a little suspect of mass barbecue type events, mass catering barbecue.
Yeah.
That barbecue was incredible. The barbecue they served there, and I've been to it a couple of times this year, and it's consistent. But that was damn good barbecue at that Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party.
That's a cool thing. I like that, and you go in there and have some fun and party, eat, drink, all of that stuff, and then go watch the game.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care what the Cowboys are doing. It's just fun to go.
It is a blast to go. And again, it's a Monday night game, so you can go up Saturday, Sunday, have a weekend in Dallas, maybe do a little Christmas shopping. Think about your friends on the Blitz as you're doing your Christmas shopping. So you never know. Go up there and do it. All right, it's 4:43 at 5 o'clock. Ryan is going to pick a winner for those Rod Stewart tickets on Instagram. All you have to do is on Instagram at SA Sports Star. Make sure you're following and send a direct message naming your favorite Rod Stewart song. Now, I'm going to guess you could almost write anything. I don't know if Ryan knows who Rod Stewart is, and he's certainly not going to try to verify that is actually a Rod Stewart song.
Yeah, he probably doesn't. He's a little young for Rod. Although Rod Stewart is pretty damn famous.
He is.
And some of his songs were huge hits. So,
yes.
I would imagine he might know one or two.
Maybe.
And look, I mean, the people they're probably not throwing out anything that's not well known.
True.
Maggie May.
Yeah, that's the only one you know, right?
Pretty much. Pretty much know I know a lot of them, but I don't know the names of them.
Oh,
but I know that one because my wife's named Maggie.
All right, so let's do this. Just Maggie May or Maggie on SA Sports Star, and Ryan's going to pick a winner coming up at 5 o'clock. Now, we've got some UTSA tickets to give away for their game tomorrow night against Temple. You want a pair of tickets to go see UTSA and Temple tomorrow night in the Dome, 6 o'clock kickoff. It's going to be a fun time, senior night for UTSA. This is their last home game. So if you don't win these tickets, you can always buy them at goutsa.com. It's going to be a fun night. UTSA needs this win to get bowl eligible. You want to go see UTSA? Caller number 9. Those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. A lot of talk this week about Jerry Jones and the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And most of the talk coming from Michael Irvin. He's like the campaign manager for Deion Sanders.
He is.
And, Michael's been all over the place saying, I know Deion, and I talked to Jerry about this. Now, something happened today that makes me think that this is not happening. Now, Jerry loves everybody talking about the Cowboys. And so I don't think Jerry minded or minds or would be upset with Michael Irvin doing what he's doing. And quite frankly, I don't think Michael does it without the blessing of Deion Sanders. But Deion keeps saying he is very comfortable at Colorado, and he has no plans to leave. Plans change. We know that. Money changes everything. But one of the top quarterback prospects in the country today, a kid named Juju Lewis, flipped his commitment Sunday from USC. Now, he's been committed for over a year to play at USC. On Sunday, he decommitted. Today, he goes live on the Pat McAfee show and makes his commitment to Deion and the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah, and he's not doing that if Deion hasn't reassured him that he's going to stick around Colorado for a while. And again, you got to preface everything these days by saying as that is today.
Yes.
Right? Jerry comes calling and says, hey, Deion, I'm going to pay you X number of dollars. Come down here and coach the Cowboys. Deion might say, peace out. Or Juju, if he gets a big offer somewhere else, who knows? He may say, peace out. You take all of that with a grain of salt. But as of today, for him to decommit from USC, which he's been for over a year, and then move to Colorado is a big deal. It's a big deal. So leads you to believe that as of today, Deion's not going anywhere.
Well, and again, you look at, according to 247 Sports and Tom Loy, who I know, and some of the other guys at 247 Sports, there were other teams involved that apparently had more NIL money to offer. Auburn at one point seemed to have a really good chance. Georgia was in the mix. Indiana was in the mix. So, and he has, I mean, quite frankly, offers from Alabama, Arkansas, Cincinnati, Florida, Florida State, Georgia State. He's from Georgia, all the Georgia schools. I mean, you name it, Texas, Texas A&M, Tennessee. Like, everybody is on this guy's list.
Sure.
I can't imagine that he chooses Colorado without some assurances that Deion Sanders is going to be there, especially when, according to reports, he had bigger NIL offers from other schools.
You know, and I don't know, call me old. I don't care what you say. I think there are some athletes out there, and I'd say probably most of them, still want to be coached hard, still want to get better. And this kid may see how Deion is. Deion makes no mistake of how he coaches. It's his way or the highway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way he is. And there are a lot of coaches out there that aren't that way anymore. And I think you see the success of Shedeur, and Deion is responsible for that. And this guy, I think, sees what Deion's doing. He wants to go play for a guy that's going to make him better. Obviously, this kid is talented enough to be playing on Sundays at some point and sometime. So I think that has a lot to do with why you turn down more money and you go to a place like Colorado and be coached by Deion Sanders.
Now, one of the things about this kid is he reclassified. He should be a junior. So when he gets to Boulder, if he gets to Boulder, he'll be 17 when he starts his college career. Now, part of the reason of his flip, the Colorado job is open, and we know that because Shedeur is going to the NFL. One of the reasons he decommitted from USC on Sunday is because on Sunday, USC was able to flip A&M commit Hussein Longstreet, who, the Aggies thought they were going to get. He changed his mind. Now, that kid's from Corona, California, so that's a big win for Lincoln Riley to get him to commit there. But in doing that, he loses Juju Lewis. So it's interesting how it all works, but he's going where, quite frankly, there's not a lot of competition. And he's probably, I don't know if he's been assured the job, but more of an opportunity to start. But he knows that there will be a new starting quarterback next year for Colorado. And I can't imagine he's going to Colorado without some sort of assurances from Deion Sanders that Deion is going to be his coach. Now, that said, all the talk this week about Deion Sanders, Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan was asked about Deion Sanders and coaching in the NFL, not necessarily for the Cowboys, but what Jerry said is, one of the biggest strengths Deion has right now as a college coach really doesn't apply in the NFL.
I think we're way ahead of ourselves relative to when and if he decides to go into coaching in the NFL. And one of his greatest skills that he really brings to college is that he is almost has no peer as far as being a recruiter. And, kids want to come play for him, and he has a way of selling that. And that is one skill, that recruiting skill, that is not a huge prerequisite for NFL coaches. And so one of his greatest values is in that area of putting the team together and in the sense of getting great talent to come and play for him there at Colorado. So all of that would go into your mind, but make no mistake about it, he's one of the top people, young and old, that I've been around in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think Jerry's right. I mean, Deion is a hell of a recruiter, and look, I would want to send my son to play for Deion Sanders. I would love to have my son play for Deion Sanders. I mean, why not? It would. I just like the way he's running things there, and he is a hell of a recruiter, and he's just a positive guy.
Well, and he's proven to be a hell of a coach. And the other part of it, I mean, you think about the way the game is played today and the showmanship aspect of it kind of started with Deion Sanders in prime time, back in the day. He's very relatable, and I think a big part of that is, he's Deion, but his sons are a big part of that too. I mean, keeping everything young. You hear that about a lot of coaches, when you're around young people, you tend to stay young, and that's the beauty of it. So if it's not Deion, who might it be? Do we need to add Cliff Kingsbury to the potential list of coaches for replacing Mike McCarthy? This was Jerry this morning on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas talking about Washington offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff is he's one of those guys that if you don't play him regularly, he's a tough draw because he's going to come out of there with some stuff that you might not. It's a little unconventional. Now, by the way, at the end of the day, he'll say, well, I'll show you unconventional, and if you're susceptible to it, he'll run that ball right down your throat and continue just to run it down your throat. I think a lot of him, he's a friend. I think he's done an outstanding job every place he's been. And I really think a lot of him, and I think that he was ideal in working with the young quarterback. And I say that because of all the great quarterbacks that he's coached. Go back, Mahomes, you name them. That was a very, very good move for Dan to get Cliff for his coordinator, offense.
I guess you could throw him in the list, but something Jerry said there was the young quarterbacks he's worked with. Dak Prescott is not a young quarterback.
No.
Dak Prescott's a veteran. I'm just not sure that Jerry would take a chance on Cliff Kingsbury. It's possible, certainly. I mean, Jerry takes a chance on a lot of people. And Jason Witten's name has been bandied about. So, that would really be taking a chance.
Well,
so it's possible.
I guess it's all possible. I didn't know that Cliff and Jerry were friends. For him to say he's a friend. And Jerry tends to like a coach that has head coaching experience. Cliff has that. And while he has worked with a lot of young quarterbacks and developed them, what can he do with a veteran quarterback like Dak Prescott? Because what you have to get, whether, because so many coaches right now that like Vrabel, that's a defensive coach. So the OC hire is going to be so important. If you think an offensive coaches, that list is with experience, because I know everybody's going to say Ben Johnson right away. But your next offensive coordinator and or head coach has to be able to get more out of Dak Prescott. Can you make Dak Prescott better? And that's got to be part of the interview process for Jerry Jones.
Let's go deep in the conspiracy theories, Jason.
Here we go.
You ready? Let's go deep in it. Maybe Cliff Kingsbury's on the radar because Jerry's going to tank and Shedeur Sanders is coming to Dallas. And maybe he wants Cliff Kingsbury to work with Sanders and make him better and send old Dak to Las Vegas.
Well, I mean, sure, except that's in 3 years. Keep in mind, Dak is going, just signed a new 5-year deal. So even if Dak were to waive his no trade clause, this is what baffles me with guys like Colin Cowherd who are smarter than this. Even if Dak were to waive his no trade clause, if the Cowboys were to trade him this offseason, the dead cap money would be paralyzing to the Dallas Cowboys. It financially makes no sense to think about trading Dak for at least 3 years.
Why would if you trade him to a team that takes his contract, it wouldn't be a dead cap hit?
You still have all the dead cap money because of the guaranteed money that's on your books. It's still there.
Yeah, but another team could take all of that, and they'd have to.
They can't take your dead cap money.
That's not dead. It's guaranteed money. And the extension begins now. Dak's still playing on his regular contract.
Sure.
That extension doesn't start until next year.
But remember all those voidable years at the end of that other contract where they were spreading out that cap money?
Sure.
That's still there. That's still there. That doesn't go away. So you can't even really start thinking about waiving that no trade clause anytime soon.
So you keep it for a couple of years? develop Sanders and go. I'm just saying we're throwing
if spaghetti on the wall.
Well, sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, again, it just shows how stupid it was to sign this guy to begin with. It was the dumbest thing Jerry's done in a long time.
Unless there's no argument there, but it's been done because that's the plan that Jerry has. And in 2 years, 3 years, that's when you got to draft and start developing the next quarterback.
Well, I think you could do it before that. I'm not saying 2 or 3 years from now. Look.
Well, again, the reason I say that is because if you can't move on from Dak for a couple of years anyway, and if you draft somebody this year, is he going to be ready, or is that guy, if it's first round, you got to pick up options? It just doesn't make sense. And with all the holes that they need to fill this year, drafting a quarterback doesn't make sense.
Well, that's absolutely true. And they've handcuffed themselves to begin with by signing Dak. That's why, again, you got to do something drastic. And Micah Parsons, he's standing there, he's sitting there, and I think you got to try and do something. To me, the Cowboys, it's going to take a while. And you've got a quarterback that's going to be making a ton of money on a team that's going nowhere for a couple of years at least.
Yeah, as I hear Greeny say often, those boys got more expensive and less talented.
That's exactly right.
And that's not a good formula for winning. Interesting. Does the city of San Antonio have a good formula for winning? What we know about Project Marvel, we'll talk about coming up. Are you for it? And really, if you're against it, I want to know why. We want to know why, not just nah. Tell us why. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll talk some Project Marvel. Coming up live here at the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road. Come hang out with us and our friends from Flight by Yingling here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Time to start planning your Thanksgiving dinner, and that starts with the turkey. And the best turkeys are from Tri-County Meat Market. Tri-County gets their turkeys from Barber Farms in Colorado. These fresh, all-natural turkeys are never frozen and come between 8 and 24 pounds. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve your turkey before they sell out. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery now at either Tri-County Meat Market location on Huebner Road or on Ralph Fair Road.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm here to tell you about SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. They're now accepting new memberships. They're open 7 days a week. Great atmosphere, great vibe, great food, great service. All skill levels welcome. Stop by. Check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Cue finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
It's Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Get a head start on Black Friday all month long with exclusive deals. Right now, get 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees just in time for the holidays. And get a free select tool when you buy a select battery or combo kit. So don't wait to save. Shop these deals in-store or online now because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/21 through 11/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 at Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. This weekend only, the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Retama Park, presented by your local Sweetwater Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $99 a month. 0% financing, save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. A huge display of hot tubs from your local family-owned Sweetwater Hot Tubs, all for immediate delivery. Hot tubs, swim spas, and cold plunges up to 40% off. Don't miss out on your chance to save thousands this weekend at Retama Park. HotTubTreatShow.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the San Antonio Spurs are back at it tonight, but they will be shorthanded. No Victor Wembanyama, no Devin Vassell. Both of those guys are out tonight when the Spurs take on the Utah Jazz inside the Frost Bank Center. Dallas Cowboys designated wide receiver Brandon Cooks and rookie defensive end Marshawn Nealon to return from injured reserve. That opens their 21-day practice. Good news is, though, Deron Bland practice. He is expected to play Sunday.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at the Hangar Bar. Petranco and Hunt right there on the corner. Come hang out with us. We're here for another hour on the air. Then we get to have ourselves a nice ice-cold Flight by Yingling.
And we just gave away another Kanga cooler. We still have one more to give away. And then, of course, the grand prize. Tickets to go see the Cowboys and the Bengals. And the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party.
It's going to be a fun time. So get on out here to the Hangar Bar for your chance to win and have a cold drink. And look, you got Spurs playing tonight. You got an AFC North battle between Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Yes. The dog pound in Cleveland. The weather's got to be bad in Cleveland, isn't it, by now?
Well, everything in Cleveland sucks.
Well,
so
I agree with that.
I would imagine it does.
I mean, but still, Cleveland is it's got to be cold, ice cold by this time of year.
Ice cold?
Well, sure, it's Cleveland.
We all have devices. We could actually see what the weather is.
I could probably
You know what I
that.
haven't seen, though? It's kind of weird. I haven't seen any, updates from the game. You would think it would be getting close. I think it's probably not a snow game at this point. Like you and I would probably die there. If you're in Cleveland, it's probably just a nice November day.
It's 36 degrees right now, according to the Googles, and looks like a chance of rain. So it could be cold and rainy tonight.
3.5 point favorite for Pittsburgh.
I'm telling you.
Although they're used to this. 36 degrees.
That's what this says. Yes.
I think I would die.
Oh, no, there's no doubt. Then it starts raining and you're frozen like a lollipop.
Like a lollipop.
Or like a popsicle. Or a candy cane.
No, don't bring up candy canes.
You got excited about that, huh?
Not really.
Bringing up candy canes.
I don't know that I can see one again.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny what people have already done with some of the renderings released today for Project Marvel. At SA Brahma Bullpen has put Brahma logos and Wade Phillips on there and flags, Brahma flags on those big old poles on top of the renovated look of the Alamo Dome. So City Council today releases info on Project Marvel, although quite frankly, not enough detail was released. Some really cool photos that get you excited about it, but no details on like total cost. We hear $3 to $4 billion or $4 to $5 billion, whatever. It's going to be a couple dollars, and but no real timeline on when this thing would get going.
Well, that's the thing, and that's what I was a little disappointed about. You see the pictures of the renderings, whatever you want to call it, and it gets you excited because it really is cool, the expansion of the Alamo Dome to actually make that thing bigger than it is now. And then you look at the Wemby Center, as you call it, and all of those things, and it's just a very modern look to the downtown area, and it looks cool, but there were no details. And maybe that was by design today. They just wanted to get City Council excited, get the general public excited, and they did that.
Well, the reality, they've been having many closed door meetings. They've been meeting on this for a long time, and we've heard about all the non-disclosure agreements that had to be signed, and it's about time that some of this goes public. But now we need more detail and real answers and timelines, and I think what everybody wants to know more than anything, the funding for this. How is it going to be paid? And as taxpayers, how much are we going to put the bill on this locally? How much of it is tourism tax? And quite frankly, and while it seems like significant for the Wemby Center part of it, how much are the Spurs going to put in with private money? And I think once we have those details, those that aren't just ultimately excited like I am, just do it. And I know we're going to do it. And yeah, our taxes, we'll pay for it one way or another. It's not going to break any of us to build this thing. And we'll all end up benefiting in one way or another. But for the people that are on the fence, I think once they hear that, maybe that will take away the little negative comments that we have seen.
It sounds like, just from the various reports that we've seen, that the arena itself, the Spurs arena, will be paid without public dollars. That the Spurs will chip in, and then there's some private equity money and that kind of stuff. That's what it sounds like. Now, I don't have that confirmed. I don't have that true to fact, but it sounds like that's what they're trying to do. It will be everything else that if there is public money involved, it would come to everything else, the Alamo Dome, the land bridge, all the upgrades to everything else. But the Spurs arena itself, just from what I've read, it sounds like they're trying to get all that done without public money.
That would be great. And I could see where some of the basic infrastructure is public money with roads and things like that, but the actual arena, we'll see. But again, those are the main details that I think everybody wants. Pictures are cool. Get excited about it. How are we going to pay for this? And that's where we are. It's almost like when the realtor's like, well, there's this house here. Yeah, dude, I can't afford the Dominion, man. Where else are we going? Looks cool. I'd love to have that, but that's out of the price range. For the city, before they put any of this together and made it public, they have ways on how it is going to get funded. They're not going to put this out and then go, well, we haven't talked about that yet. That's a great idea, but they've got ideas on how they're going to generate the revenue to complete this project.
And so this had to be their plan today. You get it out in the public, you get everybody excited, you get City Council thinking about what can be and what can't or whatever, and then hopefully in a very short period of time, some more stuff comes out, like the cost, like the timeline, like how they're going to split everything up and how we're going to get this and how it's going to be paid for. I just think you can't let today's moment get away without – I mean, you got to keep people excited. Keep people excited about it because you got them today.
Yep.
People see those renderings. You got them today.
Project Marvel is the right name for it.
Yes.
Because it's got the wow factor. When you see it, it's like, holy crap, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that. And out of curiosity, that land bridge, does that become a tailgating spot?
Yeah, right. Heck, well, I don't know. Yeah, that I'd have to see it, right? Or is there a designated spot? Because I think the design is for people, right? To move back and forth. And
well, sure, but I mean,
it could
walk through
possible.
Tailgates. I mean, I just I got so many questions and so many ideas of thinking about what that's going to be like, and I'm just excited to see San Antonio city leaders at least thinking big.
I'm assuming. Now, the Alamo Dome from the renderings is going to be bigger.
Yeah.
So how much of the Lot B and C will that take up?
Because Lot A looks gone.
Right, Lot A looks gone. Bill Miller is gone from that rendering. There's going to be a parking garage, but that's certainly not enough parking. So I just wonder how much B and C would be taken up.
Although I wonder, did they have to go closer to downtown getting bigger? And that's part of the land bridge because, the railroad tracks there.
That's true, yeah.
I don't know if you can easily
go
move
that way, yeah.
Railroad track.
That's a good point.
I have no idea, which would save
it's a good point.
Lots B and C.
Yeah.
Again, questions. Cool today, but now we've got more questions.
Yes.
And nobody available to answer. Little disappointed in Mayor Ron Nirenberg. Tried to get him on the show today, but he's in meetings all day. I just don't know how you have an announcement like that and not make yourself and all the other city leaders available to come on and talk more about it and answer the questions that we all have.
The one thing I know about politicians, if the mayor was running for re-election, boom. He's on.
Oh, that's true.
The fact that he's and I don't mean this with any disrespect, Mr. Mayor, is a lame duck mayor.
He's completed his last term.
He does not have to do radio interviews.
Yep. He doesn't. John McClain does.
John McClain, he's a politician too, isn't he?
At one point, he probably could have ran for mayor of Houston.
Sure, yes.
Who knows? We'll talk to the general coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your
game. If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210. I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Thanksgiving season is the best. That's right, Mr. Turkey. Everyone loves this time of year, just like Connecticut water softener customers love their Connecticut. Definitely. A Connecticut water softener is the best in the business. Yes, it does keep your feathers soft. Yes, your waddle smooth. And your wings, nah, those things are pretty useless. Connecticut is a much different water softener compared to the other brands. There's no computer, nothing to plug in, and it runs on kinetic energy. You said it.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months and $400 when you trade in your old water softener.
Mr. Turkey, you're pretty calm considering, you know. Well, on Thanksgiving, we eat turkey.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut SA.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 as San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live at the Hangar Bar on Petranco, here for another 40 minutes with our friends from Flight by Yingling. You want to win tickets to go to the Dallas-Cincinnati game in Arlington and passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party. Point your car this direction. Come hang out with us. Get your name in that drawing. We'll do it at 6 o'clock. Right now, let's talk to the general, John McClain from HoustonTexans.com, joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, one of the things that watching the Texans kick the crap out of the Cowboys on Monday night, and thinking about what the Cowboys have to do to get good again, the Texans have shown that a rebuild can happen rapidly when you bring in the right kind of players.
When you bring in the right kind of general manager to get those players, Nick Caserio's done an outstanding job, and then you get a head coach you can work with. And I have a column on HoustonTexans.com today about the outstanding offseason Nick Caserio had. He traded for Joe Mixon, a 7th-round pick. He had an extra 2 from Minnesota, sent it to Buffalo for Stephon Diggs, who had 47 catches when he went down for the season after 5 games. He signed his free agents, defensive end Danielle Hunter, who destroyed the Cowboys, defensive lineman Danico Autry, Mario Edwards, Tim Settle, who's tied his career high, and then linebacker Azeez Al-Shire and his top draft picks, Kamari Lassiter and Kalen Bullock in the 2nd and 3rd round, have combined for 7 interceptions, more than any rookie duo in the league. And if they have another off season like that, they might be a Super Bowl contender next year. But, you know, as long as Jerry's running the show, you know that's not going to happen. Now, they've won 12 games the last 3 years, so they still had some talent. Injuries have hurt them. But boy, you got to pay Micah Parsons. Then you've already paid Dak Prescott and Diggs, and you got to have a great cap guy in there and a great GM that knows how to still get really good players when you've given a quarterback a big contract, which has happened in Philadelphia. It's happened in Kansas City. It's happened other places. But, if I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm not, unless Jerry says I'm stepping aside and either promoting Will McClain or hiring a legitimate general manager, they're always going to have that albatross around their neck of Jerry being the GM.
Well, and as well as we do, John, that's not going to happen until Jerry has left this earth. I mean, he's going to stick around as a GM. He said as much today that he's not going anywhere. When you look at what Casario's done with that team, though, it certainly doesn't hurt when you've got a quarterback on a rookie contract.
They do, but you know what? The Chiefs have won back-to-back Super Bowls after they paid Patrick Mahomes. Buffalo's Super Bowl contender. Josh Allen got paid. Lamar Jackson, they're still bringing in players. He got paid. Philadelphia's 8-2, and he got paid. So, yes, it helps. But if you know what you're doing, you can still pay your quarterback and bring in good players. But, man, you got to be smart when it comes to the cap.
Yeah, you definitely do. And the Cowboys, not really in that area. And
draft and develop.
Yeah, no, that's it. Now you look at the Texans, and they're a good team, not a great team. Going into the Monday night game, I kept calling it, this is a great get-right game for the Houston Texans. Man, in that first quarter, they looked like it. And then couldn't do much in those middle two quarters and really got that late touchdown in the fourth quarter. And the way Joe Mixon celebrated, you could almost tell, like, man, they were glad for that offense to get that monkey off the back and get some second half points. Any way to explain the fast start Houston had and then the quick drop off they had in that game against a very bad Cowboys team?
That was the fifth consecutive game it's happened. They were so close to going 5 games without scoring a second half touchdown. And the defense played really well. They really got after Cooper Rush. I almost felt sorry for him in the second half, even though he was throwing for a lot of yards. Now they play Tennessee, and then they play Jacksonville. This stretch of Dallas, Tennessee, and Jacksonville they've got to capitalize on it. They've got to win all 3 games, go into their bye week 9-4, and when they come out of the bye, they host Miami and Tua Tagovailoa. They're a different offense with Tua there. Then they go to Kansas City, and then they host Baltimore on Christmas Day, and they finish at Tennessee. So if they beat the AFC South teams right now, they'll win 10 games. If they can beat Miami, they could win 11 and go 11-6, which would be an improvement against a tougher schedule. But it's good that they played the Cowboys because they get real excited about playing the Cowboys. If they'd have played Tennessee or Jacksonville this week, after that tough loss against Detroit, blowing a 23-7 lead, losing on the 52-yard field goal as time expired, that could have lingered. So it was good they played the Cowboys.
But, John, when you look at this, and I think it was one of the McNairs who is talking about the rivalry between the Texans and the Titans. And I guess it always will be, won't it? Be just because of the way things happened in Houston with the Oilers moving to Nashville and the Texans and the uniforms and all. Will this always be a rivalry?
Well, Joe, this is not a rivalry. It's never been a rivalry because the teams have never been good at the same time. They've never played each other to go to the playoffs or advanced in the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl. When one's been good, the other's been bad, and that's the way it is now. The rivalry comes from the colors, and they don't care about it in Nashville, although when Amy Adams Strunk had the Texans game up there with all the Oilers stuff back, the players don't care, but it infuriated the McNairs, especially Hannah McNair, and she took a shot today. I just tweeted it about why they didn't wear their H-Town blue uniforms for the Titans, and she said, "We've taken over the town. They're just the Titans." How insulting is that? They're waiting for Christmas Day. You can wear those alternate uniforms 3 times. They've got one more, and they're saving them for Christmas Day when they play Baltimore. I'm guessing Beyonce said, "I want to see that Columbia blue again, or I'm not going to put on that concert."
It might be. I don't know. And I'm glad you brought that up as we visit with John McClain from HoustonTexans.com. I was going to ask you about their decision not to wear the alternate uniforms because it seems like fans are upset. They were expecting to see it against Tennessee.
I was expecting to see it. I thought it was a natural. But when they're playing that game on Christmas Day and they're going to get they hope with Netflix, going to get an unbelievable audience there. And Netflix, of course, thinks that Beyonce will help them sell. No telling how many subscriptions to Netflix. So I can see them wanting to show up best on Christmas Day, their last nationally televised game. And because, you know what? They're just the Titans.
Just the Titans.
I love that. That's great. And to me, that just adds fuel to the fire. But you're right. It's not a rivalry. But they certainly, at least the people in Houston, don't like the Tennessee Titans very much. And I hope, John, that we get to see that football game on Netflix. It wasn't very good the other night.
Well, you get to see parts of it, maybe. And the NFL says they talked to the Netflix people, and they're been assured it won't happen again. Well, how can they be assured of that? Because if it does, we've already got class action lawsuits over the Tyson, I guess you'd call it a fight with him and Jake Paul. People are saying they want their money back because it was interrupted so much. And if that happens on Christmas Day, two big games on that day, and if they have any kind of interruption, it would be humiliating for the NFL and for Netflix.
It certainly would be. John, interesting question, and obviously a sensitive area for a lot of the players. I'm curious what Nick Caserio and or D'Amico or the McNairs or anybody within the organization, what they're telling their players about the NFL warning about this crime ring that, the FBI saying that, the houses of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes got broken into. And apparently this is coming from like an international cartel crime ring, and the NFL has warned players to protect themselves. How much talk with the Texans has there been about what they're doing to beef up their security at home when everybody knows they're at work that day and, the house is just sitting there?
That ring sure started at the top, didn't they? And
Yeah.
I guess they're going to work their way down. One of the things they do is you get your director of security to meet with the team. And, of course, Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans would do it as well. And you like to think players are protected like that. And they're not going to go after the guys who live in apartments. They're going to go after the guys who make big money. And so I know every team has been warned, and I think that everybody's got security anyway, except the young poor guys who have to live in apartments. But it is a big deal in the NFL right now because Travis Kelce keeps $25,000 around, I guess, for tip money, and saw all the watches he lost. But it's not a laughing matter; it's serious, and you'd love to see him catch those guys. And it's probably not the NFL; it's probably all sports. And one I'd really be worried about is the NBA because they're gone almost all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think there have been some NBA players, or at least one, that's been affected by this.
Well, and again, I mean, you would think, you're a bit of a target, and you would have good home security, but even the best home security, if the cartel's involved, I mean, this isn't just your random regular, thieves. I mean, especially reading that FBI stuff that, they doing surveillance, they're watching you, figuring out your habits, and it's kind of scary when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm interesting. How do you watch people when they live in the mansions and they live with security and everything and they're behind gates? Don't you get a little, if people see a car or truck or a van coming over and just sitting, wouldn't they call the police?
You would think.
You would think so.
You would think. It's interesting. John, enjoy your football weekend, my friend.
Jason and Joe, you guys enjoy yours too. And remember one thing, sick 'em Bears.
The great John McClain. Make sure you follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL and read them at HoustonTexans.com. John McClain and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. You got about 30 minutes to get out to the Hangar Bar on Petranco Road for your chance at winning those Dallas-Cincinnati tickets for December 9th and passes to the Bill Bates Ultimate Tailgate Party from our friends at Flight by Yingling.
Hey, I want to tell you about Connecticut quality water softeners. I love mine. Had it in the house now for a while, but what a difference it makes. And I was a skeptic, I'll be honest with you. I didn't think there's no way this thing could be that much better than anything else, but I'm sold. It is that much better. In fact, it's the best in the business, the most popular water softener on the market. And Connecticut's been serving San Antonio and South Texas for over 50 years. It is just an awesome product. I love the way a shower feels. I love the way my clothes feel. The dishes come out of the dishwasher that much cleaner. It is just unbelievable. What I love about it is you don't plug it in. It does not run on electricity. It's that kinetic energy that it runs on, but it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And get this, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Connecticut quality water softener, you are going to get a reverse osmosis drinking station installed at your kitchen sink, absolutely free. You heard me right. Absolutely free. Purified water right at your kitchen sink. No more need to buy bottled water. You don't have that expense anymore. It is just a great thing. Your coffee's going to taste better. Anything you use water for is going to taste that much better. But keep in mind, it is for a limited time, so you do not want to wait. Look, Connecticut has financing available. They even have rental programs if you want to look into that. All you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. We're flying solo, but Coach Mike McCarthy gets here early. We'll also look at the Spurs in Utah. Look forward to a full weekend of football. I can't wait. You better get here at 6 because the party starts early.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Finding the perfect gifts for everyone on your list takes time, and the holidays can get a little busy. So let Macy's help you get a jump on your shopping with our Black Friday sale happening right now. It's your chance to find the best deals on the best gifts before the holiday rush, like cozy puffers and coats and more of the season's best styles. So get your gifts at Macy's now, and when you're cool, calm, and collected during holiday crunch time, you'll have yourself and Macy's to thank. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Hey, Manny Jr. here with Rock's Discount Vitamins. This holiday season, don't let those extra pounds sneak up on you. We have the largest selection of weight control products to help you stay on track. Boost your metabolism with our non-stimulant fat burners, or try Cuts, which helps your carbs work for you, not against you. With 12 locations across San Antonio, Rock's Discount Vitamins has everything you need to keep your diet in check this holiday season. Find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a Colonial with high ceilings, hardwood floors, and a peaceful neighborhood. And you found it. Now, every Saturday at 6 a.m., you get to wake to the sound of your neighbor's leaf blower. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works.
Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey guys, it's AJ. I'm here to tell you about SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house. They're now accepting new memberships. They're open 7 days a week. Great atmosphere, great vibe, great food, great service. All skill levels welcome. Stop by. Check them out online, sacardhouse.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This is Game Night San Antonio on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Marcel, step back, 3.
Every game night, the Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. Players, coaches, insiders. This is Game Night San Antonio. And the pregame starts right now.
there. You almost wonder, with these guys commit as sophomores or juniors, should they even be allowed to? Because you do see this, and plans are made, and then, the domino effect. Underwood is now leaving LSU. Who is LSU going to go after? My guess is that person has committed somewhere. He'll flip from there and go to LSU, and they'll probably just throw a lot of money at him.
Well, it's just odd. I mean, they're going after, junior high school kids now in some instances. And it is weird how you get commits. And, you got to know damn good and well, if you get one that early, chances are pretty good they're changing. I mean, seriously, the kid from USC that flipped over to Colorado today, he lasted a year at LSU USC being committed there. So, I don't know, man. It's crazy times.
Well, and then, of course, you've got all the conspiracy theories. And Brandon Pugel just sent me this text, and I saw this on Twitter earlier. But remember that Connor Stallions guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy went to the high school that Connor Stallions got a job at. I mean, he's still doing everything he can for the University of Michigan in Big Blue.
Hey, there you go. He's probably still getting paid too.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt whatsoever. Interesting times in college football, and something certainly to keep an eye on over the next couple of days as you think about the recruits that you celebrated when they signed, and now you hate them forever, because that's the way it works in college football.
Somebody's asking who won the Rod Stewart tickets.
Oh, it was on our.
It was there. I'll see. Hang on. Miguel, it wasn't you.
Was it?
I do know that.
I want
Sorry.
to say Rosendo Garces. Garces.
Yeah, Rosendo. Yeah. It wasn't you, Miguel. I'm sorry, buddy. Or you, Fred.
If you want to win Rod Stewart tickets, we'll give them to caller number 9 right now. We got another pair. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you want to go to that Rod Stewart concert up in Austin on March 7th, caller 9, those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. If you don't win them, you can buy them at livenation.com. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We'll let you know everything going on this weekend. We call it What's on Tap, and it's brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. Online, samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their entire calendar, and, of course, the menu. Carolyn Wonderland is out there tonight. On Friday, Boys Don't Cry, a Cure experience. Saturday, Heartburn, a Talking Heads tribute band. On Sunday, Carolyn Hale. And then Wednesday, Anything Box.
Very nice. Tonight, you want to head out to Green Hall. John Wolf's Honky Tonk Holiday Show is going on out there. Of course, the Spurs and the Jazz at the Frost Bank Center tonight. Whitey Morgan and the 78s is out at Floor's Country Store tonight. That could be a lot of fun. LaDonna is at the Stable Hall at Pearl tonight. And Paper Tiger has Bridge City Centers. Tommy Davidson is in town at the LOL Comedy Club.
Green Hall on Friday night. Ray Wiley Hubbard is going to be out there. That'll be a good show. Of course, you got UTSA taking on at Temple in the Alamo Dome. They're running it back with those all-black uniforms. Tomorrow night at the Boeing Center at Techport, the 44th Annual Tejano Music Awards. On Friday night, Floor's Country Store, the Randy Rogers Band.
Always a good time.
Will be out there. Fright High has Kevin Fowler. Pix Bar has a band called Semi-Charmed.
Semi-Charmed. Have to check that out. Hey, Saturday night at the Frost Bank Center, the Golden State Warriors are in town. One of the hottest teams in the NBA for sure. Green Hall, Gary P. Nunn, that is. Gary P. Nunn. Yes, he's there.
He'll sing songs about Texas.
Yes, he will. Stable Hall at the Pearl, Emo Night Brooklyn. Have no clue what that is, but if you do, head out there. The Charlene McCombs Empire Theater, Charlie Barons is there, and Everclear with Marcy Playground and more at the ESPY.
That'll be a fantastic show at the ESPY. Sunday Soul Sessions out at Green Hall. Paper Tiger has Austin Mahone.
Wow.
He's
Austin
the kid
Mahomes
that went to Johnson High School.
Did he?
Yeah, that is same guy, right, Pledge?
I know one of my daughters is in love with him.
Or was back in the day?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's at the Paper Tiger, huh?
Well,
Same guy.
Yeah, same guy. That'd be a fun time. Moody Center has cigarettes after sex.
Doesn't everybody?
No.
And then, of course, we're getting into Thanksgiving week after that. And the Lakers in town on a Wednesday night. So Spurs' schedule is going to get a little tougher with Golden State coming in and then the Lakers.
Absolutely. What's on Tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com. You know what else we do every Thursday about this time?
Sounds like my meat big.
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
We tell you every week, you know you're grilling. You're taking photos of that great meat on your grill. You're putting them on Instagram, Facebook, upload them to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com because we judge meat and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
And we've got a good one today. I really enjoy this one. And the fact that she kind of called you out, Minix.
She did. Janine says, hey, Jason, women grill too. A woman's touch, a veggie basket, ribeye, sea bass, and cheesy garlic bread, all on the grill.
Now, wait a minute. What was on the menu again? A veggie basket?
It says that.
What else? Is
a ribeye.
Sea bass?
Sea bass. I'm going to guess veggies and sea bass for her, a ribeye for him.
Okay. Well, it'd have to be at my house.
Yes.
Not eating sea bass and veggie baskets. But way to go.
You eat veggies?
I like veggies, but come on. If I'm cooking out, I mean.
Cheesy garlic bread?
No.
I mean, I know you're anti-fish, but.
I'm not eating sea bass. Not at all.
Have you ever had sea bass?
I have.
Have you ever had smoked sea bass?
I never have had that. I don't think.
I'm sure it was wonderful.
I'm sure it was great.
Congratulations, Janine. You get yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. If you're grilling this weekend, if you're going to smoke your turkey, whatever you're doing next week, make sure you upload those photos to sasportstar.com, the Grilling with the Blitz page.
I need more
Good
meat
stuff.
between my buns. Yes, we do, always.
And sea bass.
And sea bass. That just doesn't have the same ring to it. I need more sea bass between my buns.
Why would you make a drop like that?
I'm just saying, that doesn't even make sense.
I mean, I hear you say that, and I just visualize Mike Tyson walking away from an interview.
Sea bass? Yeah, right. That was, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was old man behind if I've ever seen it. You ever see an old dude walking away and he's got that
We don't
wrinkly behind?
We don't need to hear about what you see at the gym.
I'm just saying.
I mean, nobody wants to see or hear about what you see at the gym.
Boy, nobody needed to see Mike Tyson's butt either.
He got paid.
Yeah.
He got paid. You would do that too for that kind of check.
Well, I've got a nice hiney.
You got old man ass. You're 62.
Not me, buddy. Mine's prime.
Uh-huh.
Prime real estate.
Nobody's going to ask you to prove that. I can promise you that. Extra innings with Pledge coming up next, and then at 6:30, Browns and Bengals, brought to you by Flight by Yingling here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz.